You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hello. And welcome to a zany, wacky, altogether. Well, I want to say Tiny Toons.
I know. Man, I wish this had been a Tiny Toons basketball game instead of a Looney Tunes. I feel like it's the only way it could have been better. We're talking about a Looney Tunes basketball game today.
A b-ball.
B-ball, you know it's cool because it's called b-ball.
Yes.
Pass me the rock.
Hell yeah.
Check it.
Heating up. Before we get to all the looniness and the zaniety, John's here.
Hi, John.
Hey,
up,
John.
Hey, what's up?
Captain Gun Nerd
There's a lot
himself
of-
in the flesh.
Everybody's staring at me.
Looking
It's
at
weird.
porn in his jacket around the table with his closest male friends.
Yeah, nothing weird about that at all.
Nothing like getting a boner with your bros and get it.
It's a broner, if you would.
Broner.
A serious broner.
Yo, dog, you're giving me a bro.
I have such a broner right now.
That was a sweet compliment. I've got such a broner on. Well, before we get to more bronery goodness, what you guys been up to?
We had,
Last week.
we had a lot of snow last week.
Yeah, we did.
For like a day.
Yeah, all at once.
I stayed inside and then for 2 days, and then I went outside and I was like, where'd the snow go? That's weird. I feel like it was here just it was 2 days ago. That's weird.
I got out Friday. It was snowing Thursday night, and I got out. We have a lot of light in our backyard and on my front porch, and so I got out and shoveled off the walkway and stuff in the dark, but not the dark, at night with street lights and stuff, and then put down salt. And I was just such a responsible adult, and then the next morning I got up and cleaned the rest of it off after it, what had fallen after that, and my walks were all nice and dry and clean. It was great.
Yeah.
And I got sick.
No.
And I've been fighting that for just some cold or something.
Fun.
It's a little better today but man, all I did after that was sit around all weekend and watch football.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. The AFC wild card and the NFC wild card rounds happened over the weekend. This is the part of the season where they're getting ready for the Super Bowl.
The playoffs.
I figured that might
the
be
big game.
The big game.
figured that might be the case because in Discord people were talking about football matchups being interesting. And I was like, oh, it must be a time where they do the playoffs.
It was supposed to be an interesting playoffs. My Steelers went up against who did they play? Someone
the
that-
Baltimore
the
Ravens.
Monstars.
The fucking worst team in the NFC, and I don't mean by the AFC. Sorry, I don't mean by the record. I just mean that I fucking hate them.
So my
They're
Steelers.
the best in the KFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kentucky Football League.
Yeah, the Ravens,
Kentucky
So you
Football
run out of
Conference.
chickens, you just
eat ravens.
to heat up some ravens.
Some good,
They're
piping
big.
hot,
Real-
microwavable ravens.
They're big corpse birds.
Very gristly.
It's not as good as ramen, but it's just one letter off. It's pretty much the
It's
same.
pretty much, yeah. It's like the pubic library.
Yes. They beat my Steelers, so my Steelers were out in the first game of the first round of the playoffs. And then I watched 6 full football games over the weekend.
Do you do any sports betting?
No, I've thought about it, but and I'm usually pretty good at calling games but now they've got it so complicated to where you can bet as little as you can bet on things like whether or not a specific player is going to get the first touchdown in a game.
Yeah.
And
It's so granular now.
they have all this parlay shit.
I don't
which
even know what
don't
the
even
fuck a parlay is.
It's like they know
I've
how
heard
to-
that term so many times lately.
It's like they know how to interface very well with people's addiction.
Yeah. How'd they do that?
Very McDonald's of them.
Yeah. Quite
Well,
McDonald's.
It's also because online sports betting has become recently legalized in a lot of states,
Right.
including Kentucky.
Right.
And so they're trying to get but now, like, when you turn on a game and they've got like the announcers that like sort of talk about the season and they talk about the games to be played today, and before the game actually starts, they'll have a whole group. They'll have like 2 or 3 people that'll come up that'll talk about the sports betting and what their picks are.
Yeah, fucking
Brought to you by
Gronkowski
this
or
sports
was it,
betting.
DraftKings.
DraftKings
That's
is
our
one.
TADPOG sponsor.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up sports betting. I didn't talk to you
What
guys
about
about
FanDuel? We got that FanDuel money coming in.
this. We have FanGruel, which is a little bit different.
That is a little
That's way better.
It is. It is.
We just say more, please. It's really good.
Only fans gruel.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not going to get into a big football discussion. But that's what I did all weekend was just I watched the playoffs and it was enjoyable. I didn't really watch much else this weekend, and I've kind of fallen off of my One Piece thing for a little bit. Had a little bit too much. So I've gone back to just rewatching Game of Thrones, and there's because none of the good anime that's out that we've been watching, like Don and Ranma 1/2, has got anything new.
Right. Yeah, I caught up with Ranma 1/2 this week because I've fallen like 2 episodes behind.
Yeah.
So, like most anime fans, when you're out of anime, you go directly to football.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm pretty much the cookie cutter weeb that likes anime and professional football.
Yeah.
And I know all the rules. I do, and I can call a game. So it's weird. I have
bragger.
I
know
go,
all the rules.
I know all the rules. Listen. There's a lot of them to know.
There are a lot of fucking rules.
Yeah.
Hashtag humble brag.
The fucking refs
I
don't
am
know
not
all the
humble.
rules.
I'm not humble about it. I'm a fucking badass because I know the fucking rules. It's not. It's just a weird mixture. I like what I like.
Hey, man.
You know.
No, I'm
It's
not.
weird.
Yeah, dude.
No, you're not. I know you're not judging. It's just a weird thing. I happen to be into all this stuff. You know. I
Multifaceted.
stick with it. Once I get into something, I stick with it. And this
Like
year,
pussy. 50 years strong.
all 50 years strong, all day, every day, twice on Sundays. I have always liked football, and Tanya got into it, and we kind of watched a little bit, and then we started watching more, and then like this year we decided we were going to watch as much football as we could, just because
You are ready for some football.
I am. I'm always ready for some football. But yeah, it's fun.
I asked about the sports betting because that's like whenever I get into sports, it's because I'm betting on sports,
Gotcha.
which is rare, but it's like the Kentucky Derby.
yeah, you don't.
If I don't bet on it, I don't give a shit
Same.
about it.
Same.
Yeah,
But when I bet on it, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that.
I've thought about throwing $100 in and seeing if I could double my money or
Yeah.
something on a game. And the problem is, I do have a fairly addictive nature, and I'm afraid that if I win, I'm gonna want to win again, and then I'm gonna start losing, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll make it up, and just chasing that dragon until I'm really broke. So I've just
Yeah, I get
tried
it.
to avoid.
I get
I
that.
tried
I
to
don't-
avoid
Sure.
because, as I said, when I get into something, I really
Well-
try to get into it, and I always overdo whatever I'm into.
Sure.
and that's gonna be the problem with games.
Dude, I wasn't joking about like the manipulation tactics,
Oh, no.
because it's
Yeah.
like when I bet on the Derby, I mean, I had to turn notifications off and eventually just delete the app because like the app would just send, they're like, hey, dude, we got a race. Want
Bet on it?
Bet on it?
You could win.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course I do.
You'll probably lose, but you could win.
I didn't, but yeah, I did delete the app.
I was gonna say you and Tanya bonded over like Star Trek Next Generation and football, right? That
Yeah.
was the two
Oh,
things.
that's another thing that doesn't really fit into that.
No, it
fit into
doesn't.
that mold.
Hey, but
generally.
fuck the mold, right? Like,
well, I'm different from all the other girls. You
okay,
see.
yeah.
I can attest. Yes, I agree.
But
Quite different.
yeah, we've had quite different.
It's the penis, isn't
It's
it?
the penis and the testicles.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Mainly the testicles.
and the Star Trek and the anime, and football. That's how I'm different from the other girls. But mostly it's because of the testicles. What have you been up to, Dave?
Finished that Ranma 1/2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So
Good shit.
I'm like you. I was like caught up on all my stuff that I was watching. So I went back to the old Dragon Ball because it's like, well, there's a whole bunch of these that I haven't watched. So I've been watching that. I'm probably like, I think 4 episodes away from starting the Dragon Ball Z series. So we'll see.
Have you been to the store up here by Firehouse Subs called Game Exchange?
I've
I went
seen
there.
it,
Did I tell
but I
you?
haven't gone in there.
No, you
I
didn't.
didn't tell you.
Is
So
it worth
John
going
and
there?
I got separated at work. I'm in a
Yeah.
different department, so I don't speak with John
I'm
as much as
sad.
I used to. But I had told John the other day about Game Exchange because it's pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It is
like
pretty
it.
sweet.
It's got
It's like GameStop,
They-
but like fucking better.
they
like
do
in every
sell
facet.
yeah, they sell old games,
Like how old are we talking? Like Super Nintendo, NES?
I didn't
have NES
see-
games in
They
there.
do have some of that.
Not many.
But mostly it's like Xbox and PlayStation games, and they sell a bunch of Blu-rays. But they also have maybe several thousand Funko Pops, which for me was
Oh
like
my god, there's so many.
It was a mecca. And
Yeah, that's a lot.
They have a lot of those little anime figurines, like
Yes.
as well,
Dude,
and it's and their shit is reasonably priced, and I think you,
Mhm.
Dave, I think you should run by there.
Okay.
Just walk in and look around. I will tell
you dig it the most.
that
Okay.
if-
I've been tempted to go in there, but I haven't because I just feel like I have this thing where I go into like a local business, like a local store.
You feel
I feel
obligated?
fucking guilty as shit to not buy something.
Don't worry about it. They're moving
So,
some shit in there, I feel
That's
like.
good.
you'll find something you want to buy, not out of obligation, because
Cool.
they just have a bunch of cool shit
All
in
right.
there.
It
Dude,
looks like it'd be
they-
a small store.
It is pretty small, and I'll tell you, if I was to take everything they have in the store and make piles of the different categories, the Funko Pops would be the biggest pile by
Yeah.
far. I
Yeah,
have
that's
never
true.
seen so many Funko Pops in one place in my life.
Yeah, it's
What-
probably their bread and butter, I would imagine.
What-
It might be.
What blew my mind is like Charlie went over and was like, "Hey, look at this one." And so they're all like organized where they're turned to the side. So you can't necessarily, not all of them, but most of them are turned to the side because you can fit more boxes in that way,
Yeah.
but you can't like see
See
them,
the
but you
figure.
can see the name. And he went up and pulled one. And this wall of them is two-sided and it's deep. And when he pulled it, there was a whole nother like row back behind it that wasn't the same one. So I thought it would be like, oh, well, that's
Right.
another one of this one. No, they were different ones. Like I started pulling ones out and just looking behind them, and it's like, no, these are just different ones.
And
back behind.
I
There are
know there
so
were some back there that
fucking
I didn't get
many.
to because it's
Like-
like I don't have time to move all of these out of my way.
Yeah, you talking about that, man, just brought back memories of like me being at fucking Walmart as a kid, like going through the mess of Ninja Turtles toys where it's like, okay, someone hit a good
Well,
one in the back. Flip, 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 flip,
Yeah,
flip, flip, flip,
this
flip. Next row, flip, 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 flip.
This really brought that back for me because they have a shitload of Star Trek figures, like the Playmates figures from the like mid to late 90s.
Man, Playmates fucking
Dude.
They ruled the early
Oh,
to
yeah.
mid 90s.
Yeah, they did. Well, there's like a Star Trek TMNT crossover figure set that they made where like
That was later
like
on, wasn't it?
Leonardo is wearing Captain Kirk's uniform, you
That
know,
checks
like
out.
yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But dude, they had some figures in there that I hadn't seen since I was a kid, and I wanted to buy like so many of them. But honestly, the thing that was holding me back was I couldn't remember exactly which ones I had already. You know, so it's like there were several that I was like, do I have this one? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Otherwise, I probably would have bought probably 4 or 5 of them.
Was it all new, like the figures and stuff?
No, so they buy like they buy stuff. Like you can take your Funko Pops to them and sell them and get store credit or cash.
Cool.
And that's what most of what they sell is just used. And I found a couple of Overwatch Pops that I haven't been able to get yet because it's all random, and I'm sure there's more in there, but a lot of what they're doing is just buying used stuff and reselling it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I see it when I go through the Chick-fil-A drive-through. It's like when I'm sitting there in that long line, I'm like, oh yeah, there's that store.
The store needs to be bigger, honestly, because they've got shit piled up everywhere in there that I think they just didn't pick the right storefront to use. Because it's the store that used to be the battery store, right?
That's right next to it. The battery store. I'm trying to remember what was.
I can't
Domino's? Was it Domino's?
No, there's a Pizza Hut there, just 2 doors down or right next to it. But
I can't remember what was.
I can't
in there.
either.
Is it on the? Is it on the end? This is a great podcasting.
No, it's in the middle.
Damn.
But yeah,
it was in the middle.
I do recommend you go, Dave, and that's the only reason I interrupted you because I'm
glad you did.
Tell you that I think you might dig that place.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a place like that, I need a recommendation versus, because I don't know, I've been to a lot that are pretty not great.
Yeah, this one's solid.
I'm
Cool.
pretty sure it's a national chain too. It's not like a local
Really?
shop. I think it's a franchise because they have like hiring, work for us.
So
and
when I was
big
in
professional
there-
posters up saying like
Gotcha.
scan the QR code to apply to work here and shit like that.
So when I was in there, they were mentioned.
You guys all want to work there?
I
Sorry
heard-
to interrupt.
yeah,
it's important though. Do you all want to work
I
there?
would
We're
work
qualified.
there.
All 4 of us?
Yeah, I would work there if they would pay me enough.
They won't.
They
but
won't.
that's part of it.
Yeah, do it for the love of the game, right?
So when I was in there, they were talking. The people who were working there were talking, and they were all from the Hopkinsville store.
Oh.
And they were like covering, I guess, for whatever crew runs this store. But yeah, so I know there's at least one other one, in
Right.
Hopkinsville, and yeah, I get the that makes sense that they're like a national chain or at least a chain. I don't know if they're national, but they're a chain.
Yep. 4 stars. Wiz and Sage says check it out.
Cool. I will check it out. I say that, but then again,
No, you should though.
I know I should, but I don't
You
like going to places and checking
Pretty
them
cool. I took my kids in there. And
I really want to, but I really don't.
out. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see what they have.
How about I go back
Yeah.
and video call you?
That's great. That's
and then
perfect.
I'll show you around
Yeah,
virtually.
I could be super annoying and be like,
Pick
a
that
little
one
to the
up.
left.
Yeah, ooh, that one.
Yeah,
Show
what's
me
that say on the box? I don't know that character. That's weird. Let me look him
that
up.
real quick.
Hey, can you ask that man?
Let's do this cash cab style.
Right.
All right, now you're coming.
Man on the street, just ask him. That one.
I watched a movie called Police Story with Jackie Chan. I'd never seen it.
It is so good.
It's really good.
Police Story is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Police Story 3 is on Quentin Tarantino's top 20 movies of all time.
Really?
And
Yeah, I haven't
Police
seen
Story
that one.
3 is awesome too. All of the Police Story movies are awesome. I
I'll get
love
there.
them.
I don't want to watch them out
Yeah,
of order. But yeah, the first one, 1985. It was good. It was fun.
Those movies. I'm glad you watched that.
Yeah, man. It's really funny. It's really funny. And then played some Final Fantasy 14, still doing the Eureka content. But I'm like real close to the end of it, which is sad. I started getting like in the last zone. I was like, oh fuck, I'm almost like done with this. And then there's not any more of it. Cause it is like legitimately, I think, some of the best content in the game. And it's like I moved to all I've got left to do is the dungeon, which is like the big last thing, and I'm scared of it. And
are
then-
you actually scared of it, or
Yeah.
do you just not want it to end?
I mean, I don't want it to end, but I am legitimately scared of it.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Because it's like, man, it feels, the fact there's a dungeon feels very antithetical to the whole rest of that content. Because the whole rest of that is open world. It's just like a big instance where there's a whole bunch of people in there. And then I know that a whole bunch of people can go into the dungeon, but there's like, that's not none of this has been dungeon content. It's
Right.
just kind of been
It
like,
just seems out of place a little bit.
yeah, it does. To me, it kind of feels like it feels to me like they were like, well, we got to like, I don't know, make this a little bit more like our regular content, you know? So let's put a dungeon in it, even though it's done in a really weird and different way and like an interesting way. It doesn't give me the Final Fantasy XI vibes of like, oh, there's like a dungeon. You just walk into it and then like, there might be people here. I'll probably just die. I don't know. Final Fantasy XI was fun because there were like no fucking like, I mean, there were rules, but I mean, it was pretty much like, it was very sandboxy. It was just like, yeah, you can just go into a dungeon and fucking, what's this tower made out of bones? Let's go into that.
This music's pretty good.
Oh, wow. I bet there's like something I'm supposed to do here for like story or something. No, well, killing a giant, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking hill giants in
Yep.
Final Fantasy 11.
Yep. And then so I started. While I'm waiting for a learning party for that dungeon in Eureka, I started doing the next expansion's field operation, which is like the next version. It was the next iteration of Eureka, and it's called Baja, and it fucking broke my heart immediately because it's like the vibe is totally different. It's got this like war vibe to it, which is like, that's fine, but it's not even like fantasy war. It's like World War I kind of vibe to it. And it's like, this is weird. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to give
The
it
Archduke was assassinated. Get on your chocobo.
well, I mean, it's like,
Mount your chocobos, folks. We're riding off to war.
it's gas. The chocobo's eyes are bleeding out of its sockets. Yeah, I mean, but it's like you start out and it's like, okay, here I go, and you're immediately in a trench. It's like, oh,
wow.
what?
Is there a Thompson submachine gun in front of you?
Kind of, because a lot of the monsters are like machines. So it's like, yeah, that's the
Okay.
whole thing. Is like the Empire. Okay, so I can get into the lore. So the Empire, their people can't use magic, right? So in order to compensate for that, they get really fucking good at engineering. Essentially, is how that works. And then
What's
they
this
get.
expansion called?
This is from the Shadowbringers expansion.
It actually sounds a little like Arcane.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to watch Arcane still. I've heard really good things about it. I'm just scared I'm gonna finish watching it, right? And be like, oh, it was good. I have no desire to play League of Legends. I'm fine. And then like a year later, like I'm like a sleeper agent. Someone's gonna say like rutabaga and be like, oh fuck, I gotta get on League of Legends and fucking say racist shit to children. Anyway, yeah, Bajo. Well, I just started it, but it was like the vibe was totally different right from the beginning because of the World War I vibe I got from it. But also
That's a weird aesthetic to throw into Final Fantasy, I feel
Well,
like. I know that Final Fantasy can kind of like be anything.
right.
but-
Yeah.
but still.
I mean, that's how 6 was. With the machinery and the blending, because there was no magic, so they had to figure out how to make it work.
Oh, okay.
They I don't know. The other thing is like Eureka was very much like the theme of Eureka was elemental. It's like each zone was like fire, ice, water, earth kind of deal. So that's more my vibe. Also, like when I got into Eureka, people were like socializing, and it's like, whoa, this fucking doesn't happen in this video game. Like this doesn't happen. Like people are like working together and like shouting out like, hey, there's this fucking thing over here. Someone else is like, hey, there's this thing over here. Someone's like, I'm trying to spawn this fucking monster.
It's like 2016 Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
guys, there's a Dratini over on Broadway.
Everybody
oh shit!
rushed.
Yes. Yes. It really was.
Snorlax. Where?
And then I got into Baja and it was just like robotic silence. Like people just going from like one fate. What fate is where like a event kind of spawns on the overworld and people rush to it. And it was just like every now and then I'd see a shout, looking for a party. And then like no response. And it's like, yeah. So it was, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Dying of fire.
No, none of that. None of that. But yeah, it was different. And I don't know if maybe it's because I'm just starting out and this is like the lowest level area of Baja, and it gets, I don't know, more fun and sociable the higher you get up. I don't know. But
Gotta get to Baja Blast. That's when.
No shit.
That's when it really
I also don't know how to say it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Bozja. So good luck.
Bozja?
Baja? Baja. I don't know.
It sounds
Watch
right.
it be Yiddish, and it's like Bahasa.
They did the thing where, so in Eureka, they did the thing where if you die and are not resurrected, you lose elemental experience points, right? And as I was doing that, I was like, man, that's pretty kind of them, because in Final Fantasy XI, even if you got resurrected, you would lose a small amount.
Yep.
They fixed that in Baja. They're like, we heard you. We're going to make this less enjoyable for everybody. You lose experience even if you're resurrected.
Are there different levels of
okay.
rays that have less experience?
I don't know yet. I haven't done a lot of research on it. I just kind of just went in. This one has a re-raise that you can use. Eureka did not. So that's nice.
Okay. That is nice.
Yeah. One of the good things about Baja is that you actually gain experience in the real world, as opposed to like in Eureka, it's like you just level up in that zone.
yeah, I remember you telling
Like if you get like I went in as a level 70 monk and I started in there as like level 1. And now I'm level 60 in Eureka, but like when I get out, still level 70 monk. Like in the real game.
Yeah.
And Baja, you actually gain experience as well. So people kind of use it as like a alternate leveling method. So that was a lot of Final Fantasy 14 talk. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
That's it. That's all the stuff, I think. John?
So, my wife and I have been watching this series on Netflix that I think everyone else has heard of, but I hadn't.
WWE.
No, but I really wish I had seen that Hulk Hogan American
Getting
beer
fucking
thing.
booed out
Holy
the rafters.
fuck,
I heard
was
about that.
Beautiful.
Was
Fuck
it?
Hulk
It was the
Hogan.
God
Gremlins.
damn
It was the Gremlins coming back finally. It took them 30 years to come back and get them.
Dude, yeah, that made me happy because I was like, man, even wrestling fans fucking hate this guy.
Mm-hmm. And like I thought it was maybe like a Trump thing, but Undertaker is also extremely pro-Trump.
Oh,
he
he
went
is?
over huge.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Undertaker
that's funny
and
to me, but
Kane
it's
are
hilarious.
both super Trumpers.
Where's Jake the Snake?
Really?
Where's he falling?
Yeah, we got to divide our wrestling guys up by fucking political party now. Is that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking
So is Hogan.
ridiculous.
Hogan was ripping his shirt off at the Trump rallies and shit.
Yeah.
But like, he's universally
Dude,
hated.
I saw-
Both sides agree. Hulk Hogan fucking sucks.
I saw an interview with Terry Crews, and he was talking. It was right after Hogan had gone to one of the Trump rallies and everything, and he was like, "He's doing my thing, man. He's trying to be Camacho, but I'm Camacho."
It was 100%. It was like that fucking
Yeah.
speech in Idiocracy.
Dude, it's exactly the same. Like they should put them side by side. But anyway, on Netflix, there's this series called Kunk on.
Oh,
and
right.
It's whatever. And
Yeah.
It's this character that's like a British journalist who does these like mockumentaries, I guess you would call them. Fake
Female
documentaries.
British
Yes.
Borat.
Yeah, kind of. The thing that I don't know how in on it the people that she's interviewing are exactly. Like when I first started watching it, I was like, "Oh, they don't know what the fuck's going on." Like, and then you see some of the same people in the different ones, and like at some point, I'm like, "Okay, well you've figured out what she's all about, like what she's doing at this point." But like it was really funny. I think you have to enjoy dry British humor a little bit, but dude, there was some shit that had me and Andy just rolling. I just like I remember one time just like I fell over on the bed into a pillow. I was laughing so hard. Like I was like afraid we were gonna wake up the kids. We were laughing so hard.
Recently did a interview. She was on Colbert.
Oh, really?
And-
In character?
No,
Or-
she was just being her normal self. But she said he asked her something like, how are you different from Philomena Kunk? And she's like, she is exactly me with zero social skills.
Yeah.
Like it took my personality as it really is and removed all the social skills attached to that, and that's her.
Yeah, and it's not just the kind of interactions between her and the guests, but like just some of the narration, just some of the shit that she says over top of what they're showing is fucking hilarious.
She's fucking good.
But the first one we watched was Kunk on Life, and then we watched Kunk on Earth, and then part of Kunk on History, which I think is like a long running kind of thing. But yeah, they were really good. They were really funny.
Cool.
I've been playing some PUBG and some Overwatch.
We had a little Overwatch party last Friday
did.
with Kaiser Arc, and did pretty good. Had a good night.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, we were doing all right there.
I declare.
Declare.
Oh, fuck. I was really fucking drunk by the time we were done.
Yeah, I don't know how that became a thing exactly,
I
but
don't either.
sorry, I don't know what's going on with this cough. Yeah, he said something like you were drinking bourbon or he started drinking bourbon. And
He
he was
says
like,
he
if I drink
Kentucky
bourbon.
Gentleman.
Yeah, Kentucky Gentleman. That's right.
And he said, I do declare. And then there's
No,
this
you said if you drink Kentucky Gentleman,
yeah.
you have to say, I declare.
What's
every
your name? Colonel Angus.
So now every time we're drinking, we just announce to the group I declare, and I know that means we're pretty drunk. So
Yeah, I'm still bad at PUBG, but I like it. I still like it.
listen, I put
That's
that,
good. That's like a great attitude to have, I feel
It
like.
is.
Like
I
that's,
put that fucking thing on my computer. I couldn't do it.
We
I
need to-
couldn't play it.
Really?
I couldn't operate. The menu system in that thing at the beginning is like this, just crowded up with all this stuff now, and it just
Really?
I didn't care for it.
Wow.
I thought about getting
Just
back
press
in
F.
there, but
Like that's really
pay
the only thing
respects?
you got to know. To loot. But I'm sure if you could pay respects, that's how you do it.
okay, good.
I probably didn't give it a fair shake. But who am I kidding? I'm just going to play Overwatch anyway.
Yeah, that's Oh, did I tell you guys about going to see Sonic 3? I can't remember if I said that last time.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we took the kids to see Sonic 3 because we had also taken the kids to see Sonic 1 and 2.
Sure.
Sonic 1 and 2 are both pretty solid movies. The kids enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. Andy enjoyed them. Sonic 3 is a flaming piece of shit.
Really?
It should
Really?
be avoided at all fucking costs.
What's bad about it?
Given Charlie Charlie's 13 now.
You're right, sure.
He wasn't 13 when Sonic 1 came out, right?
Right.
But he enjoyed Sonic 1 and he enjoyed Sonic 2. I literally apologized to him when we walked out. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this movie was going to suck so bad. He was like, that was literally maybe the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, that pretty much fucking sums it up. Even my 9-year-old was like, meh.
I like everything, and meh.
yeah, no, he was like, oh, that wasn't very good. And I
There
was
were
like,
parts
no,
of
it
2 where I
wasn't.
had to like be like,
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Two wasn't as good as 1, but it
Right.
was still good.
yeah,
And
yeah.
3
No, I
is-
like 2. But yeah, there are parts where it's like, kind of like gauging Henry's reaction. Or it's like,
Yeah.
are you cool with this? All right, cool. I'm cool with it then.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking terrible.
Oh,
Like,
bummer.
I did not think that it would be that bad because the other 2 were pretty good. You know, oh god. I did see Pulp Fiction on the big screen.
Did they do it at Maiden?
At Maiden Alley,
Nice.
yeah. And that was cool because I've seen Pulp Fiction about 100,000 times, but I haven't seen it in, I don't know, like 12 years, 15 years. So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So watching it again on the big screen was really cool.
Were people just constantly quoting it? Because that's how I would do it there to annoy everybody.
No.
Or just
they
like throw
didn't.
out trivia. Hey, you know this scene.
I'm surprised actually that you didn't have a bunch
There
of
were
people
some-
Quote
doing
Marcellus Wallace.
Nah, man. I'm pretty fucking far from but yeah, like that was cool. And plus it was like, you know, I never saw it in the theater. I was like 14 when that movie came out, and you know, it was R as fuck, so I wasn't able to see that
Dude.
in the theater.
You talking about bringing up Pulp Fiction and us, and you talking about Police Story 3. You guys talking about Police Story 3 and Quentin Tarantino. There is a scene in Police Story that reminded me of when Marvin comes out with the goddamn hand cannon, because one of the
Marvin doesn't have the hand cannon.
oh, that's right, Marvin.
Marvin
that's right.
forgot about the guy in
Jerry
the bathroom
Seinfeld
with the goddamn yes.
right.
He does. Jerry Seinfeld.
There's a scene in Police Story
You know
where
that's Patricia Arquette's other brother.
is it really? No way.
Oh, in Pulp Fiction,
The guy
the
that
Jerry
comes out
Seinfeld
of-
looking
yeah.
guy.
And he actually transitioned to a woman. I think he's passed away now.
Yep.
But he transitioned to a woman.
She was on
several years after
some
that.
VH1
Yeah,
like
that's-
reality
wow,
show.
that's-
Yeah.
A VH1 reality show?
No way, not a reality show.
On VH1?
That person is an Arquette.
I had no idea.
David and
not
Patricia's
realize that.
brother,
No idea.
sister. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten how good the fucking dialogue is in that movie, because of course there's a million lines that you can quote from Pulp Fiction. It's a super quotable movie, but just the back and forth between the characters that isn't like the funny or outrageous lines. Just the
Right.
back and forth between the characters. It's so fucking well done. I'd forgotten how much I appreciated that. Like the scene just at the beginning where actually it's the scene where they re-show the beginning when they're in the diner, and you get to see Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer like talk themselves into robbing this place, because they had no intention of robbing this place. You know, they're just talking about the other robberies and how they're going to stop robbing people, you know? And then they just like, you see him slowly work himself into, okay, well, we should rob this place, you know?
These are addicts that are
Yeah,
trying to come
yeah.
off the wagon and have
They're like,
suddenly
one
now
last
talked
time,
themselves into
one last time.
one last job.
Yeah,
you know?
and that was cool. Of course, yeah. Anyway, I could talk about Pulp Fiction for a fucking hour, so
Pulp
I'm going to
Fiction-
not do that.
The number of times like quotes from that movie pop in my head, like, which again I haven't seen it probably in 12 years, but like I've had conversations with Henry where it's like I asked him, did you wash your hands? And he's like, you saw me wash my hands. I saw you get them wet.
when I dried my hands, the towel didn't look like no goddamn maxi pad. We had a.
This is the kind of shit that's going to bring the situation to a head. I respect you.
I'm saying, I'm a race car, and I'm getting close to the red, and I'm just saying, you don't want to get a race car in the red. Oh,
You in the
you
red?
in the red? I'm
Mushroom Cloud Land, motherfucker. Anyway, yeah.
I'm the guns of the Navarone.
My hands touch brains.
I gotta say it. When Pulp Fiction came out in theaters back in '92 or '90, it was like more like
94.
94, yeah. We lived in Lexington at the time, and I knew a lot of really well-connected people in that town. I think I've mentioned that we had an ice storm come through there, and all the highways were shut down, and there was no milk. And we had a baby, and I bought milk from a dude that worked at the grocery store in the back alley behind the I was buying back alley fucking 2% milk,
raw milk.
yeah. Unpasteurized. In fact, I had to wait for him to get it out of the cow. No,
I got 6%. Where the fuck you get? What kind of 6? All right.
I knew another guy who worked at with me at Toys R Us who got
Acid Randy.
this wasn't Acid Randy.
This was
I was trying to
another.
think of his
Matt.
name, and I kept going, Ashy Larry? No, that's Chappelle Show.
Got any more? More than that? Hey
Hey,
man.
can you mind that 6%?
No, I met Acid Randy at Toys R Us. He was shopping.
Oh, okay.
And I was an employee.
Okay.
And then he sweet talked me into coming to work as a pizza guy.
Right,
I don't even
right.
know how that fucking. this is destiny. Because I mean, I was like, I quit the next day.
Yeah.
This guy could have been a cult leader.
That's like some video game like Fallout shit.
It
where it's
really
like,
is.
You should join my pizza faction. Okay.
Okay. What have I got to lose?
He,
Right.
was, he
Woke up
wasn't the one that had something going with Tanya back in the day. That wasn't. That was
No.
another guy.
No,
Okay.
no, different
I said
dude.
then Acid Randy's really fucking cult leader. If he was like, I'm gonna get with your girl and you're gonna deliver pizzas for me.
Cool, man. I'll cover your
No,
shit.
no.
Here's some milk.
No, I deliver pizzas with you. Sure.
Well, so I also knew a dude that worked at Toys R Us that somehow this was about Pulp Fiction, if you'll recall. He somehow got us an advanced screener of Pulp Fiction
Wow.
on VHS. And we
Did it have that like for the consideration for the Academy
It
consideration
had
down
that,
at the bottom?
and it had the clock running at the
Oh,
bottom.
shit.
It had at least an hour of extra footage, and you could see the boom mic. You know, because that's when they screen a movie in the theater, the boom mic is always in the picture. They just lower the curtains to cover that part of the film. And if they don't do that, you see the fucking literal boom mic in every shot, and it takes you completely out of it. But we were like so pumped about seeing Pulp Fiction, we watched this screener, and that was the first version of Pulp Fiction that I had ever seen. And so then we went into the theater to see it, and we're like, where's all the other footage? What the fuck movie
yeah.
did we watch? And we didn't realize it had just a bunch of extra shit that didn't make the
Right.
final cut. So that was my Pulp Fiction experience. But yeah, I've seen that movie fucking. I've watched it. I think I watched it like a couple of weeks ago. It was just on.
Yeah.
We watched it. So.
I've seen it a bunch, but it had been a long time, and I'd never seen it in a theater, which
Yeah.
was really cool. And also was not old enough to buy beer. That was cool.
We lived next door to a movie theater, so we went to the movies a lot. Like literally walk out the back door, turn left, go into the movie theater. So yeah, we were there a lot. Anyway,
Tyler?
Let's see. I have seen one screener in my life that my friend AJ Boston got for me when he worked at Suncoast, and that was a screener for Pootie Tang.
Pootie
Son-
Tang.
Pootie Tang on VHS.
sign your pity on the runny kind. I love that fucking movie.
I've never seen
Oh
it.
my god, I love
I've
Pootie
never
Tang.
seen it.
It
I need
is
to.
one of my favorite fucking comedies. I love that fucking movie.
I remember in college, like right after Kill Bill, it might have still been in the theater. Meg's dad did a lot of business in China, and he brought back a bootleg Chinese Kill Bill that we were watching in the house I lived in with Josh and Ramon and Link. And Link was already obsessed with it. And there's the scene where she's flying everywhere, and for a split fraction of a second, you see her plane ticket. And Link was like, that's got to have her fucking name on it. I'm going to know what the bride's name is. And he spent hours trying to get that, just pause, just in time to get that perfect frame. And he finally got it. It did say Beatrice Kiddo on the ticket.
Did it
No
really?
shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Damn, that's cool.
But let's see. For me, Melissa and I slept at the hospital. Great times. Great times.
Oh, because you were at work.
We got it. Yeah, we had to be there. So she
Where
was
did
she
you-
was on shift in my office. I wouldn't
Nah.
because I thought Dave had a cot because Melissa wanted she's afraid she wouldn't sleep on an air mattress. So she's like, well, I think Dave's got a cot. Well, you also have an air mattress. So then
Yeah, a big one.
yeah, way too big for my office. My office can hold like two twins barely. So I went and picked up another like a deluxe, small but deluxe mattress for her. She was happy with it. Yeah, so we slept there Friday night, and then by Saturday it was cleared up enough. Although I locked my keys in my car. Whenever I warmed it. I warmed the car up because finally she was off shift after like 14 hours, super long, ready to go
Oh my
home.
God.
I went out and started the car. shut the door. When I went back out to pull it around to the back so she didn't have to walk all the way, I was like, locked. It's the second time in my life that's ever happened. I'm still not unconvinced somebody saw it and locked the car for me as a prank and shut the door, because I don't see how I possibly locked it. But had to get a locksmith to come out.
Oh, God.
They got in my car.
I wish you had called me. I have a Slim Jim, dude.
The guy was very nice. It only took like an extra 45 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah. The worst part. Worst part though.
We're not to the worst part.
Oh no.
But wait.
There's more. So, my now that I'm on Mounjaro, not getting sick and going to the ER and shit like that was an Ozempic. Like this shit's nice. The only side effect is some discomfort. I've thrown up sometimes if I eat too much, but it's minimal compared to Ozempic. Totally. But Dumb and Dumber style diarrhea is probably the biggest side effect that I have right now, and that's fine. That's only like 2 degrees more than
I was about to
normal
say,
diarrhea.
it's kind of like
You're a pro.
It's just a little worse. Yeah. I'm used to peeing out my butt. It's fine. No big deal. Although, so we were worried about sleeping at the hospital because like there are still security lights that stay on. Even my office is mostly dark. You still see the outline through the door and shit. Plus people were going to be there at 5 to start working. So we worried about sleeping. So we both over medicated so we could fall fucking sleep. So she is out immediately. And I've still like got to move the car, do something at like a series of things before I can go to sleep. So I do all that. I finally, she's out cold. And it then begins a series of, I felt like if I'm in the Truman Show, this is the part where they're going to do the series of playing yakety sax throughout the next several hours of one horrible thing after the other to keep me from getting sleep in an over-medicated state. So, like, as soon as, like, I lay down, I get everything set up, like, she's good. My mattress is, like, cattywampus, half inflated, shit everywhere, just trying to squeeze in, like, hoarder style and lay down and go to sleep. So, I mean, as soon
I hope the stack of newspapers doesn't follow me while I'm sleeping.
Well, as soon as I lay down and get comfortable, my stomach's like...
I am Jack's medulla oblongata.
And we do have a bathroom in the kitchen. So the best place to stay in the hospital if you have to stay overnight, not as a patient, is probably my office because food, bathroom, everything right at hand.
All right, I take that as an invitation.
Yes, anytime.
Is it like next to the?
You're gonna come in
dishwasher
one
or
morning.
something?
We're just in the.
It's close.
Hey, buddy.
I honestly have no idea why we have just one bathroom over on the side, but I'm glad we have it so I don't have to leave the department. So as soon as I lay down, it's like, I don't want to get up. I bet I can just fall asleep and I can try to sleep through it.
I saw
Like
this coming.
2 more minutes, it's like it's like okay, nope, not gonna happen. So I stand up, and of course, like I'm just in my boxers. Normally I sleep naked, but like I'm in my office, I'll wear boxers. So, but as soon as I
Out of respect for your office.
just so I'm not totally compromised, should somebody show up.
I don't want my office to grow up and then like I don't know, think about 30 years ago, it saw me sleeping in it without any clothes on.
Like Reagan always wore his jacket in the Oval Office. I'll always wear my boxers in my office. But as soon as I stand up, my asshole's like, okay, game on. So it's like, oh, shit. So I'm immediately trying to go through all the mess to find my jeans and my shirt and put everything back on. And my stomach's just like 5, 4.
Oh no!
So as fast as I can.
It's like the opening
I
mission
do
in
it.
Final Fantasy VII.
I'm stumbling everywhere, like frustrated. Melissa just dead to the world. She is asleep through me, stumbling around, like going, fuck, god damn it, trying to put everything on and hurry. And like I open the door, just, broad light, shining right in on her, fucking super asleep, does not budge. I make it 2 steps and it's just like, here's a little bit. Oh, damn it.
no.
Okay, gotta hurry. Another step. Here's a little bit.
Another tequila shot.
So I just like shit my pants all the way to the bathroom.
Hell yeah.
In the
Hey, at least-
kitchen. In the kitchen.
Yeah. I have my jeans, but my jeans catching all of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, If it weren't for those jeans, it would have been bad.
If it was just boxers, it would have been bad. But
worse.
jeans is like reinforcing all of it.
Man, we gotta put you in a trash bag.
It was about that bad. Because when I finally get to the bathroom, I'm just like, I pull my pants down. It's like, oh my God. I'm not at home. I'm at work. What the fuck am
What
I
are you gonna do? What did you do?
Yeah, there's pants. No pants. You're pantsless.
Well, I had to.
Toga.
I watered up my boxers, wrapped them in toilet paper, watered up real tight,
Flushed them.
and I did think about that for a split second.
All right, if I tear these boxers up into tiny, tiny strips.
But my jeans are also shitty. So like,
You wore jeans?
yeah. Melissa likes it when I wear jeans, so I wear jeans when I'm with her. So
Hey, man, pretty good excuse not wear jeans again. Sorry, sweetie. Every time I wear jeans, I fucking shit all the time.
my asshole's like, oh, reinforcements.
We'll see about that.
So then I just like, I cover them with soap and I'm trying to wash them out in the sink.
Oh.
So it's just like, so my jeans, I get a lot of it,
Was
but my
anybody
jeans
there?
are soaking wet. No.
Okay,
no
that's
one's
good.
there.
That's good.
This is like 1:30 in the morning.
Man, I'm surprised you put clothes on. I think I would have just been
There are
like,
cameras.
okay. Some paranormal activity going on.
There's still footage of me like fucking
Right.
duck walking as fast as I can through the kitchen at 1:30 in the morning.
Screaming, I'm not shitting.
Definitely not shitting my pants. It's part of my exercise routine. Mind your business.
But I gotta find something to do with my boxers, so I've got sopping wet jeans I have to put back on.
Oh, God.
Which, because of the weight loss, are way too big for me because I left my belt in there because I'm not gonna like in a hurry try to get my belt on. So then I make it out, grab a trash bag, put them in the trash bag, fold it up. It's just like going outside of the dumpster.
Yes.
So I've got my
Yes.
wet jeans fucking bunched up
God.
like this.
Oh,
And I have to go outside where it's fucking freezing.
And you're commando.
Commando. And just like sneak up and just throw the trash bag in the dumpster.
Then you walked to the front of the hospital and you were like, I need to check in.
Surprised you didn't say
Psych
the
unit.
fucking. Surprised you didn't say the fucking door locked behind you. And
dude.
So I had to be fast because I didn't have my badge. So I just had to like do the hand scan, run out, throw it, run back in before the door shut.
Wow.
It was fine. So then I finally get back into bed after like you had to basically wash myself off because it was just everywhere. Clean up everything.
How'd you do that? Shower? They got a shower there? Or did you sink it?
Whore bath.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Lots of hand soap and lots of towels.
Yeah, that sucks.
So then get back into bed. Finally start to
Melissa
relax.
wakes up. What smells like shit?
Just same as usual, just me. Go back to sleep. So I get back into bed, finally settle down, and then for some reason the mattress starts vibrating, immediately wakes me up. Cannot figure out what that was.
Phone?
For some reason it started, my phone was up as a sound machine because I had both my laptops playing dark cherry noise and then my phone playing noise so we could try to drown out anything. And I have no idea. I don't know if it was, because it has an attached inflator on it. I don't know if that like kicked back on.
Came on for a minute.
It never happened again though. That woke me up. I was just like, oh, shit. Okay. So I look around, like patting around, pulling stuff up, trying to figure out what it was. Melissa, dead of the world. Okay. I lay back down.
Good for her. She got a good fucking night's
Out.
sleep.
She woke up when she finally did get up to go upstairs to work again. She was struggling for like 5 hours. She was still like
Feeling
too much
the-
medicine. Yeah. But then about an hour after that, YouTube, I didn't reset the 12-hour timer on the YouTube video. So then the next fucking whatever Jack's video was in queue fucking kicks on full blast in the room, wakes me up. Melissa, dead to the world. So then I'm like,
All right, we're going to make slime and I'm going to shout about it.
so I'm like sort of standing oblongly on the mattress, trying to turn my laptop around and reset the videos. I finally do that and then lay back down and then go to sleep for like 5 hours.
God.
That sounds
So-
awful.
It sucked.
Oh God, I feel bad for you. I'm
But,
sorry.
Yeah, that happens once every 1 or 2 years. I'll have some horrible vomit or diarrhea accident.
Yeah, but not at work.
Not at work.
That sucks.
Well, there was that one time that I vomited so hard in urgent care for that little kid that their mom grabbed them. Oh God!
Right.
Other than that, I've finally getting Baldur's Gate 3. Really been enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. Played a whole bunch of that.
Nice.
That's been a lot of fun. The fights where you have to be strategic with your placement fucking suck ass. Everything else, great. Like the Adamantine Golem fight, fuck that. I hated that. But for the most part, the amount of times I miss on a 95% chance to hit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Goddamn ridiculous.
I sometimes feel like games like should not include a percentage chance because it's like even games like tactical games where it's like in Shadowrun and stuff where it's like you have a 99% chance to hit. Oh, you missed. Yeah, sometimes it happens, bud. It's like, yeah, sometimes it does, but
out of the 95% chances, I've missed 60 times.
right.
So I still save scum a fucking lot when I know it's an important hit, even when it's 95% and reset. But I'm having a good time with that. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Melissa she's working a big streak. I feel bad for her. She's only got 2 more days, but she working 6 straight. So,
Oof.
because she went to Universal. Her and Anna was doing a sorority trip to go to Disney. So her and Melissa went a day. They both went a day early. Went to Universal. Had a great time. Anna's boyfriend Ryan showed up, proposed.
Oh.
So
wow.
they are now engaged.
Congrats.
Yeah. Yep. Good news.
Sorry.
So they'll go together. The wedding will be after graduate school, so still like 3-4 years away. And they're gonna move and go to UT Knoxville. She's gonna be an audiologist.
Oh,
So
cool.
this is now starts her last semester in college or in undergrad. But yeah, I got a draft. If you guys want to do a draft,
Yes.
Let's do a draft.
Yeah.
in celebration of Looney Tunes B-Ball, I have a lesser known Looney Tunes character draft, blind draft, 10 spot.
Okay.
Lesser known.
None of the characters that are in this game are in this draft.
There was one character not in the game that I was hoping was in the game. So maybe they'll be on the draft.
Maybe.
I may not know all of these characters.
I may not either.
That's the fun of doing a blind draft.
Of lesser known characters.
All right. Number 1, Michigan J. Frog. Who is the hello, my baby.
Hello, my
my
baby.
dog.
Yeah,
Hello,
Dave
honey.
Chappelle's got a good bit about that. I can't say on this show.
I like that one because it's one of those frustrating stories where the guy, there's no words.
Do it.
There's no words spoken throughout that whole thing, and the only thing you get is the guy finds the singing frog, but when he tries to have him perform, he won't sing.
Yep.
And he's so down. He's like, he just has these visions of becoming rich and famous, and can't get the frog to fucking sing.
It's like the monkey's paw of frogs.
And then he ends up like the frog stays with him forever and sings constantly. It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone.
That could be a Call of Cthulhu.
I'm gonna put that one at 7.
He's really just trying to drive the guy crazy, right? I mean,
Or is the guy schizophrenic and then it's just a frog? We don't know.
that's also true. A frog in a suit, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's got
Might just be a loaf of bread.
Tuxedo.
If Irvin Frog was a real dick.
That's a 4 for me. I was gonna go 5. Like that frog's a good baseline, but no, I enjoy that frog a little bit more than baseline. That's a 4.
Irvin Frog would have whooped his ass, though.
Fuck yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Where'd you put him, John?
I put him at 5.
5. Number 2, Beaky Buzzard,
Oh boy, that's a 10.
who is sort of the dopey buzzard.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Bringing home a baby bumblebee.
Yuck.
What is the name of this thing?
Beaky Buzzard.
I'm putting him at 10 as well.
Oh.
Does he have like a bowl cut or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 10. That's a hard 10.
I always used to get mad when that one would come.
Yes, right.
Fuck. I only have so much time on Saturday mornings, people.
I would just get mad at like people historically. Because I'd be like, it's like, did people like this when this was new?
Yeah.
Like, was this
Why are we
acceptable?
showing
Was this the
entertainment?
crisscross of his day?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Did he make people jump?
So all 10s all the way around.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, Sam Sheepdog.
Oh, I like Sam
I like Sam
Sheepdog.
the sheepdog.
That's a 3?
Yeah,
That's a 3
I'm
for
gonna
me.
put him
I
at
don't know
4.
Sam the sheepdog. So.
See, he worked with Wile E. Coyote. They would clock in.
They hello George, hello Frank, and they would clock in, and then the dog would just fuck up Wiley.
Oh,
fuck him
yeah.
up.
Okay. I do remember that. I had to look it up, though.
Like
Okay.
brick walling him, like he would just hold out his fist and Wiley would run into it or something, and then they'd clock out and go home for the night.
I love those.
I do too. I really do too. 4 for me.
4.
Yeah, 4. That's where I put him.
Number 4, Gossamer, which is the big monster, the big orange furry monster.
Dun, 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 dun,
Pretty iconic.
dun, 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 dun. That's the the bunny of Seville.
He's probably the most well known of the B to C tier.
I'm gonna put Gossamer at 5.
6 for me. Gossamer. I like Gossamer okay.
7. I don't really know him.
Number 5, Yo-Yo Dodo,
Yo-Yo Dodo.
the zany dodo from. Because I was not familiar with Yo-Yo Dodo. I was more familiar with the dodo from Tiny
Tiny
Toons
Toons.
than I was
Oh, okay.
his
Which was
father.
Go-Go Dodo, right?
Go-Go, yep.
Yeah. Adlai Stevenson. That's number 1 for me. That's what I was actually saving number 1 for. So I'm glad Dodo is on the
All right,
list.
there
Yeah.
we go.
I love that Daffy and Zany Land. Is that that the cartoon name of the
Something
cartoon?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Porky and Wacky Land.
Porky and Wacky Land.
Yep. I had to look him up.
I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you got that right.
3.
8.
Number 6, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
I do like slow.
I do too. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I do.
I know it's hard.
I remember the first time I saw that when I was like 8, I was like, that's really clever. That's
really
really
is.
clever that there's a slow one.
I am
I'm Speedy's
8.
cousin, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
I loved it.
I am 8, and this is deep.
You're right.
Yeah.
Is that a subreddit?
No, but
It should be. It sounded like one.
I am 14, and this is deep.
Oh, that is a
It's
subreddit? Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put Slowpoke at 2.
2.
I did
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah, I put
All
that
right.
too.
Number 7, Granny.
That's a 9. I don't know. That's Granny. So such a boring character.
I like Granny. I'm gonna put her at 6.
6.
9.
Spike the Bulldog.
Oh, Spike's solid. I feel like.
Untouched from what I was looking at, untouched for about 40 years.
He's the one that had the little guy running behind him.
Yeah.
What are we gonna
Yeah.
do today, Spike?
Right.
Yeah.
I like the little guy.
I like the
better.
little guy better.
Yeah.
Spike just went, shut up.
Yeah, I'll put Spike at 7, hoping that the little guy is on the list.
Spike is 8 for me.
I put Spike at 3.
Shut up.
Mostly because out of all of these, I can remember Spike.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number 9, Egghead Jr., who is the brainy Tweety Bird.
Yuck. No. 8. That's the lowest spot I have left.
Had a
8.
little beanie and glasses.
Yuck.
9 for me. Yeah. So whoever's left is my number 1.
Yeah, same.
Whoever's left is my number 5.
And last, but probably not least, based off of Lenny from Of Mice and Men, Hugo the Abominable Snowman.
I
Okay.
will love him and pet him and
call him
squeeze
George.
him, and I will call him George. I am okay with that.
What is his name? I didn't.
Hugo.
Okay. I feel okay about that.
I do
as
too.
number
Which-
one.
Me
It's
too.
weird that the Tiny Toons version of that is Elmira.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just kind of weird that they were like,
That is true.
that'd just be a little girl instead.
What if Looney was a little girl? That'd be funny.
Okay. Whatever you say, Spielberg. You sign the checks.
Sounds good to me, boss.
There we go. Lesser known
Nice.
Looney Tunes draft.
Good shit.
Topical.
Chiapical.
It's topical because we're doing a game today
Yeah.
based on the Looney Tunes playing basketball. And it's
Hell
not
yeah.
Space Jam.
B-ball.
Not B-ball.
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 B-ball. Looney Tunes B-ball. And it's not Space Jam.
No.
It is a video game on the Super Nintendo.
Mhm.
It is a arcade 2v2 basketball game in the vein of NBA James. So it is very
It's very fitting that John's here.
John is here.
I know y'all wait to do these games until I can make it.
We do. It was developed by Sculptured Software and published by Sunsoft in 1994. Well, when did the NBA happen? Was that a thing
I feel like
in 94?
Not yet.
Okay.
Space Jam.
Yes. When did Space Jam happen? These are things I should have looked up before the show.
96.
That blows my mind.
I would wager that the success of Looney Tunes B-ball possibly,
think?
I mean it,
You're serious?
possibly
Okay.
led to Space Jam.
Well, was it
I think that's
successful?
what gave him the idea.
Because I don't know.
Well, sorry. I don't know if it was successful because I didn't do any research either, but I can tell you this. Literally everyone I've talked to that played this game when they were kids or whatever said they fucking loved it.
It's pretty good. It's a
'Cause
pretty good game.
good game.
But I am really curious how well it sold, and I don't even know if there's like data on that from like games from like '93. You know,
because NBA Jam was 93, Looney Tunes B-ball 94, and then Space Jam 96.
So I obviously didn't play it because I never play the games, but I did watch a very short video just to get an idea of the gameplay and what it looked like. It looked like fun. Like it looked like a fun game.
it's pretty fun.
It was, yeah.
But like when you said short video, I was like, yeah, you got it all. Like I honestly, like I played this game for an hour, and then like by the hour, I was like, that was kind of fun. But honestly, like everything past the first 10 minutes was pretty much the
Just the
same.
first
Yeah,
10 minutes
yeah.
over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's
it
like
was
it's
even-
NBA Jam. I got it.
Even stripped of basketball things, add in cartoony elements.
Right, which you could. There was a
The wacky meter.
meter. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
adjust in options how wacky you wanted it.
I think what differentiates b-ball from basketball is actually being able to slam dunk by flying through the hoop.
Yep.
You got to be pretty skinny for that, though.
Or
But, like,
Wile E. Coyote
could-
tying a rocket
the
to the
rocket.
basketball.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Elmer Fudd shooting the ball into the goal with a shotgun, which is like
I didn't
honestly
see that one.
not that far off from NBA Jam. Like NBA Jam is pretty much a fucking cartoon where it's like, oh, did you see the dude light the basketball on fire and then spin around like a helicopter? You know, it's like just because it was a real player in
Yeah.
the game doesn't make
John,
doesn't make
John
it
and
any
Bill
more
Clinton dunking
realistic.
from half court.
right.
it was I do not know how well it sold, but it was reviewed very highly in its time.
I'm glad to hear that.
Some gave it lower scores, but for the most part, we're in the mid 80s to hundreds, or 5-star range, 4 to 5 stars for most reviewers. That basically referred to it as Looney Tunes version of NBA Jam.
Which is, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think it tries to hide what it is,
Yeah.
and I think that's good. It's just like, it's NBA Jam, but with Looney Tunes.
I think this would be a great game if you had someone to play with all the
Yeah.
time. Like if you could play against 1 or 2 people. 3
single player
people.
got a little frustrating.
Single
for me.
player could be a bitch, and because I mean, and if you crank the difficulty up too hard, the fucking AI will wreck your
it's insane.
shit.
Yeah, it's insane. Because I tried the tournament,
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, okay, I can't win the first game. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's maybe I don't have the right team comp because like all the characters in the roster have stats. They have like defense and speed, 3-point, and
Which does not fucking matter.
Oh, it doesn't?
I feel like that is a Final Fantasy VI style error.
You don't think
Your
any of it
3-point
matters?
score.
Oh, the 3-point.
The 3-point score.
Right,
I don't really think any of it matters but speed. I think speed is the only thing. You play a max speed character and you fucking knocking balls out of hands, beat people on court. Like, I feel like speed is the most important stat in this game. But I like playing NBA Jam 3-point style. That's how. So I tried to do that here. You cannot do it.
What was your team comp? Did you do 2 3-pointers?
My first,
because that's what I did, and that was a disaster.
My first one, I first played Marvin the Martian because he had
he's the
high speed and high 3-point,
right?
But low shooting, I noticed, but high 3-point. So I didn't count how many I missed, but during that whole game, I made 2 threes, and that's almost entirely what I shot. So I was like, okay, this is weird. So my second game, I was like, maybe shooting plays into effect somehow. So I picked Elmer Fudd, who's got 75% shooting, 100% 3-point. Okay, cool. Counted. I went 3 for 40.
Damn.
3 for fucking 40 with maxed out 3-point shot. That stat does not matter.
Where were you shooting from? Like, were you shooting
all around?
Were
I
you shooting from the 3-point line?
I think if I let you in real life shoot 40 3-point shots,
I would
you
probably
make
hit
more than 3.
Yeah.
I was curious because it's like I also struggled to hit 3-pointers, and I tried Marvin the Martian and Yosemite Sam, both of which had really high 3-point stats. And I couldn't figure out what was going.
I couldn't either. I noticed anything that wasn't a dunk missed most of the time.
Yeah.
Even a shot from the paint, shot anywhere. If it wasn't a slam dunk, it probably missed. Not just me, but the opponent as well. Missed almost everything that wasn't a slam dunk. It just felt like running from one side to the other doing cartoony slam dunks for 4 2-minute quarters.
Yeah.
That was it.
Which, I mean, isn't that far off from NBA Jam.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, because I like to play NBA Jam I like to hit threes in that.
Yeah, you could get on fire and you would hit every three you throw up.
Right. Yeah, I feel the fire mechanic in NBA Jam is so good that I missed its presence in Looney Tunes B-Ball. There's also no announcer. But like the characters are voiced, and I feel like they were voiced very well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Taz sounds like fucking Taz.
Hey, Melissa's in this game.
Nice. No, she just did the voice.
The animations and the graphics I thought looked really good.
Yeah.
The characters looked
It's a
amazing.
great looking
Yes.
game.
Like they looked exactly like what
Yeah,
they were there to
totally.
represent.
The little bit that I saw, the animations of the characters looked really good.
Yeah.
Like it looked like the cartoon. You know?
This I didn't play this very much because I am just not good at video games like this anymore. I don't know what the fuck. As I get older, the less I can comprehend or understand like I used to. But I liked watching the actual plays that were out there because it was fun to watch a good player just nail it, you know? And like when Elmer Fudd would jump up and spin around several times and then dunk the ball, you know, all those things just felt really satisfying to see.
I did really well as Elmer Fudd and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
I got bored with it. And that wasn't because I was good at it. It was just, I just got bored of it. It was like, yeah, okay, this is just kind of like, I could presumably get good at this, but I don't want to.
Again, I think as a kid, if you were into sports games at all, or if you think this might be a sports game you would like because it's a Looney Tunes, and you've got a buddy over, and I could see spending several hours playing against each other.
I feel like it's different, right? When you have another person involved.
But playing alone, that's part of the reason I didn't continue playing it because I was like, this will be a better 2-player game. So I think in a way that's almost sort of a hobbling characteristic of the game. The fact that it's more suited for multiple players when that's not always a practical thing. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure NBA Jam's the same way. You know, it's better with other people.
Yes.
But had I gotten this game as a kid, mean, I wasn't a kid when it came out, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't have had anyone to play it with,
Right.
Not that much because I didn't have any brothers or sisters,
Right.
And I mean, when I was hanging out with friends, I was at their house. I didn't stay at my fucking house. My house sucked, but
Don't worry, I'm bringing Looney Tunes B-ball.
And my Super
Don't
Nintendo.
worry, I'm bringing it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that could be a sticking point for that one, where if it's just you, it could easily get tiresome.
I think a lot of sports games are like that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think a lot of sports.
They
games.
tried to mix it up where you could collect gems to have pay for different moves, like throw a cream pie
Right.
and shit like that. So
and teleport was one.
It was a lightning strike.
Yeah, it was the Acme store.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's neat. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they fit Looney Tunes perfectly well to a sports game.
Yeah.
They did succeeded.
I do wish it was Tiny Toons. That would have made a difference for me.
Yep.
I mean, that's just because of my age, I think.
I feel like they had sports episodes.
And Tiny
that.
Toons had some really good video games
Yeah.
too. So
Fuck yeah, they did.
the roster, real quick. I know we mentioned some of these characters. They got the greats in here: Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Wile E. Coyote.
Super genius.
Yep, Tasmanian Devil, Sylvester, Yosemite Sam, and Marvin Martian.
I saw on TikTok that there was a Batman Elmer Fudd crossover comic.
Yeah.
Where it's super
It's
dark
fucked
and
up.
gritty.
It's fucked up. Like Elmer hunts the Batman.
What?
He's like a vigilante also, and he like hunts Batman, and it's dark. It is dark. It's like drawn in a deviant art style. It's like really Elmer is just like this fucking worn out, had enough, but he's like old man strong, you know, and it is fucking dark.
Elmer's falling down.
Like I remember that. It's fucked up. I highly recommend you check it out because you'll be like, you'll say, Jesus. This is Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, the cover is like them in the rain, and Elmer has his big giant hat pulled down low so you can't see his eyes, and his shotgun out in front of him, and Batman looming behind him.
This is where my parents died, Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
That's awful.
Martha was my mother's name too.
How do you know that name? God damn it, that movie was so bad.
Martha Fudd.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, we played much worse games.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good game.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good game. I know I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, but a lot of that is just because it's not a very deep game.
No.
It's a
Zany NBA Jam.
Yeah,
And
it's a
everybody
zany
you
NBA
understand
jam.
exactly what it is.
right. And I mean, I feel like they did some really cool stuff with it. That Acme store is really cool. I do feel like there's a missed opportunity where it's like, how cool would it have been where it's like the pairings mattered more, where it's like if you paired, like it'd be cool if every duo had like a special synergy.
Like Marvel Rivals style.
Yes,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the Simpsons arcade,
Yeah.
where it's like Bart and Lisa get into a ball, like turn into a ball and roll. Stuff like that, I think would have been, that would have added some. If they had that in it, I probably would have played this game for 1 hour more, just going through each one and
Yeah,
seeing.
find the combo.
Yeah, just seeing what it is.
Or if you could like hit a button and call in the abominable snowman to just run in and dunk.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or
like a
something.
tag
Yeah,
in or
yeah, like a
something.
tag
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Looney Tunes tag b-ball.
Tag team V-ball.
Did you guys have any achievements for it?
I had a few. They're lazy, but
Mine are too.
my first achievement is cross up, and to get cross up, you get a steal and a 3-pointer by distracting the other team as Bugs Bunny by turning into a woman. Because he can like Bugs can transform into his like sexy woman form.
Yeah.
And it causes the other team to stop and go oh or whatever.
Yeah, they get horny as fuck, man. They're like, I want some of that.
My second achievement is the B stands for Bukake. And to get the B stands for Bukake.
You said these were lazy.
Hit an opponent with Bugs Bunny's cream pie.
Nice.
The third achievement is This Is Awkward. And to get This Is Awkward, you hit yourself with your own cream pie. It's like if you throw the cream pie and it misses, it comes back and hits you. It's Bugs Bunny. And then my next achievement is Air Fud. And to get Air Fud, you get a spinning dunk from half court against the Coyote. Overture, Hit the Lights is my next one. To get Overture, let me do this right. To get Overture, hit the lights. This is it, the night of nights. Get electrocuted by the lightning thing. And then the last one is That's All, Folks. And to get That's All, Folks, you win on the hardest level.
Shit.
Very good.
Did I take one from you?
No.
Oh, good.
You took two from me. They just have different titles. No, that's okay. As I was writing them, I was like, these are definite. Like, these are two. You can't have an ability in a game called Cream Pie and not expect comments to be made about it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's 94.
That wasn't around. That phrase wasn't really a thing.
But my
Didn't
first
mean the
achievement
same
is
thing, that's for sure.
my first achievement is did you just come inside me? In order to unlock did you just come inside me? You use cream pie.
Yeah.
You just use it.
My favorite move.
It's nice. Next achievement is I've got more dunks than a donut shop. Actual dialogue from the video game.
Nice.
In order to unlock, I've got more dunks than a donut shop.
Okay, go ahead.
When does this happen? Well, okay, so the game starts, and Daffy and Bugs Bunny are wrapping a shoot.
Oh.
And then there is a basketball next to the sound stage, and they're talking about playing basketball, and I believe it is Daffy that says that he has more dunks than a donut shop.
Yep.
And then the ball turns into a dog and runs away.
Yeah.
Which happens on the court a
Yes,
lot.
It does, which I think is fun. Also, a tip-off, sometimes the ball turns into an amble. Sometimes
Right to the ground.
Sometimes that happens. Again, you can adjust this with the wacky meter in the option, so that is nice. My next achievement, in order to unlock I've got more dunks than a donut shop, is to win a game using nothing but dunks. And then my last achievement is, did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny? In order to unlock, did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny? Is in 2-player mode. Your friend plays as Bugs Bunny and wins the game by using Bugs' special ability to turn into a girl. And then you can't even finish playing the game.
What is that from?
Wayne's World.
Okay. Oh, man, I was racking my brain I was like, I know that. I've heard that. It's fucking Garth that says it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he'd have said it,
No.
did you ever get,
No.
Did you ever?
Me neither.
A girl bunny.
Yeah, I should have done the voice. That's it for me.
I had two. My first one, fuck yeah, Melissa. And you unlock that by giving Taz 10 cream pies.
nice. Nice.
And then not potato.
Bravo, sir.
I know you're upset she got a good night's sleep, but I mean,
Then not potato, you blow yourself up on a bomb because you can trade out the ball for a bomb and throw somebody the bomb. Immediately they shot it back to me. And it would blow up on me
and you
every
can go back
fucking
and forth,
time.
back and forth, back and forth. Yeah.
I never even made it that long. It was just like, back to me, bomb, explosion. Never worked.
The nut potato, right? Keep passing it back and forth till it busts, right? Nut potato.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell
Score
yeah.
69 points in one game. Nice.
Hell
unlock,
yeah.
unlock nice.
Unlock nice.
What do you? Did we get an email about this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did. Let me bring it up. Brad wrote 3 weeks ago. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Brad.
This is Brad from Arizona, by the way. For those of you who are new to the show, he writes us emails with game reviews because he's awesome and he knows we're starving for content. Happy New Year. I really do want to like the holidays, but I just get so tired. Does this happen to you all? What can I do about this? What can Brad do about being so tired at the holidays during the holiday season?
Do less things. Do less things.
Sleep more because you might be getting more vacation time or something.
Yeah.
See,
you're
I was
staying up till 3 a.m. like I was doing on my week off, and then by the time I got back to work, I'm like, I don't want to go to bed before 3 o'clock.
Red Bull vodka.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just take nap. Just nap all the time.
Yeah.
Just embrace it.
Just
Naps
don't put the
and-
tree up until your kid is like, can we put the Christmas tree up? They'll be like, "Yep."
Even then, wait 3 days.
Oh, I tell you how lazy we got. We put the tree up, put the lights on it, did not decorate it.
I've had Christmases like that before.
I have a Christmas obsessed wife.
Oh, yeah, you do. Holy
Fucking
shit.
decorates the shit out of our house, and I mentioned, you know, we
Dude.
don't have to do any. I don't have to do anything. I just watch her do the thing, and she decorates. The
Sometimes
tree.
that's exhausting too.
It
Because my
is.
mom was like that. And I remember being like a kid and being like, holy shit, when I am an adult, I ain't doing this. This is
If I
like,
could not have a Christmas tree, I would not. Melissa and the kids fucking love it. On the way home from Thanksgiving, they put it up.
Yo,
So like, yeah.
Yeah, we did ours like I think we did ours right after Thanksgiving as well. But the good news is that by the time Christmas come and gone, I mean the instant our kids and grandkid left, we were tearing Christmas down, and we had it down and put away by like 9:30 p.m. Later that day. And like I had to go to a client site for a visit last week in Cadiz, Kentucky, and I was driving down Main Street, and most of the houses still had their Christmas trees up in the front window.
ours came down today.
Did it?
Yep.
Ours is still up at our
Ours is
office.
still up. Yeah, mine's still up.
Yours is still up?
Yes, I haven't taken. I took the lights and everything off of it. I just haven't
Oh, man.
actually put it back in the box.
We let
taken it
Henry
out
pick
to
the lights
garage.
out this year because our lights had gone out.
Yeah.
And he picked the most fucking Cousin Eddie like Christmas lights.
Hell yeah.
He loved. I mean, it's fine. It's like it is what it is.
I
It's
prefer
like-
gaudy Christmas over
But it is-
beige Christmas.
It is.
yeah.
I like beige Christmas. I do like beige Christmas. I'm dreaming of a beige Christmas.
I just
leave it up and turn them off. Turn them
don't-
on again next year.
Yeah,
Mine are still up. I just haven't turned them on since.
I don't
December
really give
25th.
a shit about the inside of the house, but I go kind of hard on the outside of the
Yeah.
house. Like I do like Christmas lights.
Yeah, that looks
And-
good. That
and
looks
I
great.
Specifically like the non-LED incandescent
Yes.
Christmas lights
Non-LED is the
from
way to go.
because it reminds me of what almost every house looked like when I was a kid.
Yeah. And they're warmer and
they're
they
warm,
feel
yeah.
like Christmas.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
You know, it doesn't feel like Christmas, but it's something that I will do if Henry ever asks me to put lights on the house. Are the projectors? Those super do not feel like Christmas, but that is
Yeah.
my speed.
Because you get the whole house all at once.
Yeah, look at that, son.
We're done. It
Pretty
was like
great,
10
huh?
minutes.
Don't worry. Because of my experience I had as a child, when you're an adult, you'll go super crazy about Christmas.
And then
This
your,
is just a cycle, man.
your kids will be like me.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brad continues.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about your holiday woes, Brad.
Clearly, we have no answers for you.
Rest more, I guess. I don't know.
Don't
Hydrate.
come here for answers.
He knows.
This
Yeah,
is
he
not
knows
the
what we are.
Yeah. Play Looney Tunes b-ball?
Brad, you should call us 270
883-2555. Lines are open. Operators are standing by.
Brad, call us and leave us a voicemail, and then let me know, and I'll play your voicemail first because you're such a useful contributor to our show.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
We want to hear your voice.
I want to hear what he sounds like.
Yeah, let's hear that voice.
Sexy old Brad
hear
from
it.
Arizona.
Let's hear it.
Bring me that Arizona drawl.
Hell
Do they
yeah.
have a drawl?
They have a drawl?
Arizona?
I don't think so.
They
I
don't,
don't
have
think so.
an accent in Arizona. We have to ask Magical Sleeper Chris Vaughn if he thinks.
Yeah,
Chris, let us know. Does Arizona people have an accent? Anyway,
It might be one of those that's only distinguishable if you live in those 4 square shaped states.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
The four corner states.
Right. But us in like the southeast, it's just like, yeah, it all sounds the same to me.
Yeah. Brad continues. Sarah Nade reviewed this game for March 1995 Game Pro.
Nice.
Sarah Nade.
This is a new one, I think. I don't think I've heard of Sarah
That's
Nade.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
I will put big screenshots in order and then the whole thing in one screenshot at the bottom in case you want it that way. Brad, I always want it that way because I can't read the shit on my screen because I'm old and have very poor eyesight as I get older. So, 1995 Game Pro, Looney Tunes B-Ball, Serenade writes,
Okay.
the Looney Tunes are back. This time they're
In POG
jamming
form.
in POG form.
Of course.
Can't not say that. This
can't.
time they're jamming hoops in a wacky game with funny moves
Hell
never
yeah.
before seen in basketball.
Hell yeah.
Never before seen, huh?
Jamming hoops.
Jamming hoops. Jamming.
Jamming.
Definitely
Jamming.
weren't seen in NBA Jam, right?
Section
Hey, look,
1.
Ball never turned into a dog in NBA Jam,
That's
as far
true.
as I know.
Yeah.
No anvils in NBA
No
James.
anvils, yeah.
Section 1. Slam dunk. Slam dunk. No puns. Just slam dunk.
Okay. All right. Sarah
It's
Nade.
fine, Sarah Nade. Come on. Missed
Work harder.
opportunity. Looney Tunes B-Ball starts on the set of a cartoon where Bugs and the crew have just finished another workday.
I just said that.
A pickup right before you asked if we had a letter about this game.
I didn't read it, I promise.
A pickup basketball game ensues, so get ready for some seriously funny antics, especially if you team them up for 4-player simultaneous action.
Hell yeah.
You choose from. We should have read this at the beginning. You choose from Bugs, Daffy, Taz, Sylvester, Wile E. Coyote, Elmer
We should have
Fudd,
read this one.
Marvin the Martian, and Yosemite Sam for 2-on-2 basketball.
Well, let's just check they were checking our work. We're
Right.
seeing how well we did.
We're so
We've
far,
mentioned all the things that
Yeah, so far
Serenade
we're at
has
100%.
mentioned.
Serrano Day.
Serrano.
Where was I?
The roster.
In addition to standard shots and passes, the characters sport special offensive and defensive moves such as passing a time bomb that create as much merriment as mayhem.
Nut potato. We're 3 for 3.
The hoopsters handle well, and the special moves are easy to locate and use. It's sometimes hard to steal the ball, but otherwise the
No,
on-court
it's-
action
I
moves
didn't have that problem at all.
smoothly.
Really?
The graphics are equally great with large, easy-to-follow sprites and fluid passing, shooting, and running. The well-detailed studio background looks very realistic. The star of the show is the sound. Each Looney Tunes character has their own special lines, such as Daffy saying, "You're despicable," and it's spelled despicable. The background music has a nice beat that enhances the gameplay. Final section, stolen straight from my achievements. That's all, folks. Looney Tunes B-Ball is great fun for any Looney Tunes or basketball fan. The wackiness and simple yet fun gameplay make this cart a winner. 4.0 for graphics, 4.5 for sound, 4.0 for control, and 4.0 for fun factor.
Damn.
List price $69.99.
Good Lord.
It's Chrono Trigger money.
$70 back then is a lot of money. 16 megs available now. Basketball, 4 players using Hudson multitap, side view, multi-scrolling, ESRB rating, kids to adults. And that is the Looney Tunes B-Ball, courtesy of, in all caps, Zine Lord Brad from Arizona. Thank you for reminding us of that again, Brad.
All right.
Zine Lord, you need to sign all your emails this way.
Yep.
Note
So
taken.
we keep
When did
that
this come
straight.
out?
Even your work emails.
This game,
94.
94.
Yeah, Zine Lord, thank you, Brad.
Oh, yeah.
Call us. We want to hear you.
Good Lord. I just had to know, like, how much is $70? Like, you know.
In 1994 versus today.
Yeah. That's $151 of today. Like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine spending $151.
Yeah. Nah. Nah. I could see it like.
That's why I
look,
got 2 games a year.
if I'm like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
parent that has 4 children, This is a fucking,
That's a deal.
this is a
I
deal.
didn't
It's a
think about
bargain right here. Where it's like, all of y'all, it doesn't.
Open this one. All four
Quit
of you.
arguing.
Open
Whoever
this
wins
one
Looney Tunes
present.
B-ball wins
That's
the
right.
argument.
Gets to choose the pizza topping. No, we can only have one. It's the cheapest.
I got
It's not
four
Stone's
kids
birthday.
to
We can't get a
feed.
Supreme. I'm not made of money. I just buy you a video game. That's $150.
And the multi-tab.
My rent isn't $150.
I can put gas in my car. I can fill my tank 8 times.
with $70. You know how many cartons of cigarettes that is? Bourbon's not free either, motherfucker. I can't drink this week thanks to you and your fucking pizza toppings and video games.
There will be no Kentucky Gentlemen.
Do declare.
Yeah.
Giving me the vapors.
What do you think Flopsy has to say about this video game?
I think they're going to be super kind to this one.
I do too.
I think Flopsy is going to give this game.
I got a number in mind.
First of all, I'm gonna say common
Okay.
because I literally have heard several people tell me they had this game when they were growing up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say common.
I'm good with common.
If you guys are you good with that,
Yeah, I'm good with that. Sunsoft was pretty big at the time. And
Yeah.
Sculpture Softworks. Yeah. Cool. Common.
I think we're at 3.5 stars.
I was going to go 4.
Okay,
I was also going to go for it.
I'm
I
down.
held up my
Is
hand.
I'm
the
down for
system 4 stars or 5 stars max?
5 stars.
5 stars
5
max.
stars max. Have you played any 5-star games?
I think
11 years ago.
when they were doing the top 100, but they didn't have Flopsy then, so they didn't go.
And I don't know what NBA Jam is rated because here's also a fun game. Bonus question. How does it rate compared to NBA Jam?
I bet NBA Jam is 5 stars. This is 4
NBA Jam
stars.
is probably 5 stars. Yeah.
I agree.
And we think this is 4.
I think this is
I think
4.
it's
4 common. We're going 4 common. We good with this?
Yes.
All right. All right. I don't know why I looked at John, who's not
Sorry,
talking.
I was like,
John went
super
nonverbal for a
distracted
second.
because, yeah,
Deer in a headlight.
I for some reason
Thinking about cream pies. I get it. Me too.
you said
It's my favorite
you said-
subreddit.
what did you say? You said something like another question or something like that, and I just immediately thought of like Tenacious D, where he's like sub question, or I'm sorry, it's High Fidelity, where he's asking
Oh
a
my
question,
God.
sub question, and it goes into another question.
I have not seen High Fidelity
Bonus question.
since maybe high school. It's been a really long time.
Yeah.
Great movie. Anyway,
I enjoyed it. According to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998, by Pat Contri, courtesy of Monster Mole Mike and a mysterious shadowy benefactor, Ben O'Facto.
You say benefactor.
Benefactor. Looney Tunes B-Ball, my friends. Good Lord, we fucked this one straight up. We super fucked this one up. Real bad.
Oh, no.
Real bad. We fucked it up. Availability. Very uncommon.
What?
what? How
I
do you
guess
have
because-
this license?
I guess
and-
because if you bought it, you kept it because it was $70. Maybe it's just not out there on the market because people
Well,
kept
maybe
it.
the
And people had
price
NBA Jam
was
from the year
prohibitive.
before.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
A star rating is 3 stars.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
I think you should have more than that.
We underestimated. I agree. I think.
Yeah,
it
I
needs to
think
be
it-
at least 3.5.
It's
but I think-
rare we're on this side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
never
usually
happens.
Flopsy's like, yeah, this game is great. It's fucking 4 stars. And we're
Yeah.
like, this is a 1.5 star game.
Yeah.
What's
Like
NBA
this is the
Jam?
game they picked the shit on. Like, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. I should read the summary for that because I am curious where the hell they get off. Well,
There
here we
aren't
go.
fireworks or animals in basketball. This game is bullshit.
Maybe they're I'm curious their reasoning. If
Okay.
they provide any.
We'll go to that. I'll skip back to that. NBA Jam they gave 3.5 stars,
Really?
What?
but NBA Jam Tournament Edition they gave 4.5.
A whole star? Wow.
Okay.
No, I disagree with that as well.
I mean, I think Tournament Edition is better
It
than
is.
NBA
It
Jam,
is.
but yeah, I think
Whole
3.5.
star, though?
Yeah, I don't think a whole star. I'm not with that. Do they have the same reviewer? Yep, it did. Okay, so what they say about Looney Tunes B-Ball, this is according to PC, who is also the reviewer that did NBA Jam and NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Sorry, NBA James. They say this could have been an excellent NBA Jam clone with better sound effects and graphics than the SNES port of the Midway Classic. However, the Acme plays are both a blessing and a curse as they tie in well with the Looney Tunes world, but they overcomplicate what should be a distilled, simple basketball experience.
I totally disagree with
I
that
do too.
statement.
I was going to say,
I absolutely disagree.
Every
Why
one
would
of
we
you that
have
played the
a
game.
fucking
He compared it to being a basketball simulator.
Right.
Of course you're going to rate it low comparing it to a basketball simulator.
They do have a good. There is a good follow-up sentence to that. I'm sorry, Ian.
Go ahead.
We didn't mention this, and I wish that I had thought of it. They say the inability to block dunks is also a weird design choice, as the game can devolve into a back and forth slam fest with
we've
little
said
strategy
that, yeah.
involved. You mentioned that, Tyler.
Yeah.
But you can get
That's fair.
goaltending, which is weird.
Can you? I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I get it in NBA Jam all the time,
Yeah,
but I didn't
you
get
could
it in
that in
Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes. But so that tells me if you could get goaltending, then why would they not have the ability to block at all? Like, because if you're not blocking, you're not goaltending.
I do think it's funny that he says that it got overly complicated when every one of you who played this game was like, yeah, after 10 minutes I was good. Like,
Yeah, I think I think they're specifically talking about the Acme stuff, like the cream pie and all that.
But I
That's
think
just one more layer on top of basketball. I don't think it's too complicated.
I didn't think it was because I thought it was designed well from like a user interface because it's like
Yeah.
you don't go into a menu or anything to select. You just like on the fly pick what you want to buy. I mean, you have your total at the bottom, and then you can just kind of flip through the things to buy.
Yep.
And it's to me, it's like I disagree wholeheartedly with that statement that it should be a distilled, simple, watered down basketball experience because it should not.
No,
it's
it
supposed to be
shouldn't.
wacky and zany.
It's an
and loony.
arcade basketball game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be weird and
Right.
funny and dorky. That's the point.
It is super dorky. Yeah, we didn't mention that until now.
Yeah.
This is fucking super dorky.
no,
really
man.
is.
I want NBA 2K, but just with Looney Tunes characters.
Being able to
You
throw
know, like,
super
who the
punches.
fuck wants
Space
to play
Jam,
that?
the game.
Being able to throw super punches and punch out isn't traditional boxing. I think it makes it too complicated
Yeah.
to try and get stars and super punches. Fuck no. That's
And
the
Little Mac
same
would
line of
never-
logic. Fuck this guy's bullshit.
Little Mac would never be in that weight class.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That is a
It's
good point.
exhibition, John.
What's the belt for?
It's an exhibition belt.
Who's paying for all these international flights?
I am.
Who's really going to run in Central Park at night? Come on.
In pink.
In the 80s.
Jason's out there. We can't go to Central Park.
Nice.
He said there's some toxic waste over there.
Yep.
And then Jason Voorhees over there. This is fucking. And then there's some crack. I see some crack literally laying on the sidewalk.
I need to rewatch.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I loved it as a kid,
You
Ian.
will not
Ian-
love it as an adult.
Ian, I loved it as a child. I'm sure I will love it as an adult.
It's a lot funnier when you're an adult, if that helps.
It might.
Oh.
So, armed with this newfound knowledge, how much do you think this game is if you were to buy it currently?
Fuck, now I think it's probably going to be, because it was already an expensive game to begin with. It was apparently, it's very uncommon. And for the most part, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm going to say $33.
$33 from Ian. What do you think?
I'm gonna have it match inflation, $151.
Okay.
Retained its value.
Look, man, I don't think that's a bad strategy. I'm curious how frequently that works.
I'm going to kind of split the difference, I guess, and say $90.
$90. Actual retail value of Looney Tunes B-Ball for the Super Nintendo, loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com at the time of this recording, is $44.99. That's a steal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a steal.
Closest without going.
What
over.
is
Very
40?
uncommon
What
game.
was $44 in 1994?
Hold on. $44.
Yeah. So what? How much would $44 be in 1994? Go. With
How
the
much
other-
would $44 now be back then?
$94.95.
Okay, so it would have increased in value over its 1996, right then and there by
Mhm.
11 bucks.
All right.
$44.
What was? It was 69.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. I see what you're saying.
All right. Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard,
Yes,
sums up how you feel about it. What kind of beard would it be?
I'll give it the goatee of one Shaquille O'Neal for being just a slam dunk machine. Shaquille O'Neal, in his entire basketball career, which was amazing, hit 1 3-pointer. That's about how it felt playing this game.
Nice. All right. Okay. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it? And why?
Horace Grant's goggles. So Horace Grant, this game
Sorry,
is Horace Grant beside Michael Jordan's NBA Jam greatness. So this is the Horace Grant of NBA Jam clones.
I'm sorry, I think it's sex worker Ace Grant.
Whore ace. It's a real whore ace.
That's the level you get to when you get to be a good enough sex worker. Is whore ace.
I ranked up.
Yeah.
You get a like a jacket and everything with patches.
Some goggles,
I got
some
all-
like flight goggles. I know it's ironic we're giving these to you now, but
You've got a little something on your eye.
I finished all my whore quests, and this is what I've done.
all right. What are we going to play next? Untouchables?
I think we should do Untouchables.
Untouchables.
Okay.
Not Uncrustables.
Not Uncrustables.
The game, which is a big hit.
They should do a crossover.
A sequel to the Untouchables called The Uncrustables.
Or like
It's
inside
them just now. They're really
inside the
old.
Uncrustable, there's like
The
a
Crustables.
face of a killer printed inside of it.
They have to go around and open them up to see if they can get the killer.
No. It's a promotion. Everybody gets to play.
Oh, everybody
this.
gets the killer.
Yeah. You get to solve the crime.
Kevin Costner, our second Kevin Costner movie game.
Have we only done
I've never
one other?
seen the Untouchables.
Waterworld.
That's it, huh?
That's the only one that I know of that he was in.
Yeah.
You've never seen The Untouchables?
I've never seen.
Well, you
the
should
Untouchables.
come back and
I'm
record
actually
with us.
really surprised to
I know.
hear that, 'cause
It's
that
like Sean
movie's
Connery
right up your fucking
and
alley.
Kevin Costner and like isn't the cast like fucking crazy?
Yeah, it was a big fucking deal, and you should watch it.
I remember
You'll
hearing
dig
about it when I was a kid.
You'll dig it. It's a good movie.
Oh shit! Yeah, wow.
Yeah, come back on next week. We'll talk about it.
Looking over his filmography, I'm not seeing any more SNES games besides Waterworld and The Untouchables.
Have we done?
There's no Tin Cup SNES game.
Damn, that would be an amazing golf game. Tin Cup, and you have an affair with your wife's boyfriend or something. I can't remember. There's some weird
No
love
Sizzle
triangle
Beach,
going on.
USA.
How about what other movies, games during that series did we do? Sylvester Stallone had 2, right?
3.
3. Yeah, that's a
Demolition-
great trilogy.
Demolition Man,
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger, and what?
Rambo.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. I am the law.
Yeah, so Sylvester, I think Sly holds the record on.
What about Arnold? Are there
Schwarzenegger,
Arnold games?
T1, T2,
Last Action.
Last
Hero?
Action Hero,
Last Action Hero.
Did we do Terminator?
True Lies.
True Lies.
Lies.
Okay, he's. What did we do? I thought we only did T2.
And there's 2 T2s. There's Terminator 2, and then there's T2 Judgment Day.
Oh,
So there's, but
5.
but
There is the
Arnold's not
original-
in that. I mean, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, there's no representation of Arnold Schwarzenegger or like that Terminator
Yeah,
in those
just the
in that
previous
game.
models.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give
because
him-
we did Terminator 1 where it's just like you go into the different hotel rooms as
Oh yeah,
as
that's
Kyle,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, it's an awful, awful game.
That had the driving.
No, Terminator
That was
2.
that was Terminator 2.
T2 had the
driving.
rubber banding
Right.
driving where
Okay. Oh my god. So yeah, 4, technically 5. 4 franchises that starred Arnold. Okay, so Arnold's the guy.
Makes
Then
sense.
Sly.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No
just
Tango-
like the 90s.
we didn't get a
Yeah.
Tango and Cash
Yeah.
game. We should have had Tango and Cash. We should have
Oh
had
yeah.
a Rocky.
Turner and Hooch.
How did we not get?
Wait.
How did we not
No,
get a
Stop
Rocky
or My Mom Will
boxing
Shoot game.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Wait, who is the other? Is Tango and Cash was Kurt Russell
Yeah,
and Stallone?
yeah.
Right. Okay.
It is terrible.
I've seen it, but I was a kid.
Yeah, I
Like,
still
was a
like
child.
it, but it is not good.
I saw the preview for it during Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
There's one scene where they say he Sylvester Stallone is a cop. He's like a detective, like the super cop. Big deal. No, he's like a DA. He's like the district attorney, but he's like a all business
That's weird.
district attorney, action hero, district attorney. He gets his hands dirty. He gets down in the trenches. He solves crime.
It's Harvey
Phoenix
Dent.
Wright.
At some point,
Fucking Harvey
At
Dent.
some point, they pull over a fuel truck, and he is certain is hauling drugs, cocaine, if you will, and he pulls him over. They pull him over, and he shows up at the scene, and they're like, "We found nothing. You can't just come in here like Rambo and do whatever you want." And then he shoots the tanker truck in the side, and cocaine comes out of the hole, and he turns to the guy and he says, "Rambo was a pussy." Sorry, Taryn.
That's really bad.
Because
yeah, that's
you know what Rambo wasn't? Rambo wasn't a pussy.
no.
If you've ever seen
No.
Rambo,
The original Rambo is a fucking solid movie. Like that is a really good movie.
5
Man,
stars.
Yeah,
Wizard
yeah,
Sage
legit.
says check it out.
And man, they just went. It's like Rocky. It followed the same thing. It's like the original Rocky won a fucking Academy Award. It was best fucking picture. That's how good a movie it was. And then it just got completely out of hand.
Macaulay Culkin has 3 SNES games.
Home Alone, Home Alone
Alone
2,
And the Page
Casper.
Master.
Oh, the Page Master.
Oh, right, he's on
Yeah.
Casper. Page Master, yeah.
Mark Hamill has 3.
It's
Yeah,
Super
that-
Star Wars.
That tracks.
What about Batman and Robin? Does he count as Joker in that?
Oh.
yeah.
Because that's a continuation of Batman the Animated Series. I can't remember if Joker's in that
Oh,
or not.
man. Because Jim Carrey has 2.
The Mask and
What was the other Jim Carrey?
Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah, he's the Riddler.
That also has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Mhm.
It does.
Stick Around.
So 6.
John Goodman has 1.
I'll be back.
I think I've told this.
Do you know
story.
what movie Stick Around is from? Which Schwarzenegger film?
I thought it was from the Batman movie.
Predator.
Is it really?
Yep. He throws a machete
yeah.
and pins the guy to a post, a wooden post, and says, "Stick around."
Raul Julia has 3 SNES games.
2 Adams Family and then
Nice.
Street Fighter the movie.
Adam's Family Values, Pugsley Scavenger Hunt.
Oh,
What about Street Fighter the movie?
Street Fighter the movie.
Is that on SNES? I know we did it for PlayStation.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. It seems like you're reading off your phone, so I'm assuming no.
I am reading off of phone.
I'll go with what your phone says versus what my fucked up memory says.
Robin Williams has 2.
Patch Adams.
Toys, and what was the other?
Press
Aladdin.
B to laugh.
Aladdin.
Cancer level going down.
Aladdin.
Aladdin, yeah.
Oh, 3.
We didn't.
Hook, Aladdin, and
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Toys.
shit.
We
Hook.
didn't do Aladdin.
We did Aladdin a long time ago.
it was on SNES.
But
It was
yeah.
high on the SNES.
Yeah, but we
list.
didn't do it as the movie game.
We didn't.
I'm not saying we do it. I'm saying we didn't do it.
I'm fine to do it. I get it. You want to do it, and I'm fine with it. We might as well do the Lion King again as well. Honestly.
What part of I don't want to do it made you think I want to
Oh, I'm
do
sorry.
it?
Did you say you didn't want to do it?
Well,
What I
said-
heard was I
said-
want to do that.
I said, I'm not saying I want to do it.
Yeah. Well, usually when someone says
You
that,
heard I want to do it.
that's what usually when someone says I'm not saying I want to, you're like, okay, you want to.
Let me clarify what I meant by that.
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Okay. All right.
Who was the guy who plays Indiana Jones's dad?
Sean
Connery.
Connery.
Sean Connery. Sean Connery has 2.
Untouchables.
Oh, is he in that? Then he has 3.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
So
So
Indiana
then
Jones?
Untouchables, Hunt for Red October,
Oh.
and Indiana Jones
The
Greatest
Rock.
Adventures.
Oh,
That would have been a
A little
great
late
game.
for The
Yeah.
Rock, I think.
would have been a great game.
Gina Davis has 1.
Beetlejuice.
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island.
The Long Kiss Goodnight? What?
A League of Their Own?
Hey,
Brad-
I
Brad-
could have done that.
Fuck out of that, man. That
Brad
was
Pitt
great.
has 1.
Press B to cry.
There's no crying in baseball. What is Brad Pitt's?
Cool World.
Oh, how did I
World.
forget?
Cool World.
Fucking
Cool
Cool
World.
World.
Cool
Christopher
World.
Lloyd has 1.
Cool World.
That is not Roger Rabbit. That was on the NES.
What? Who? What?
Back to the Future's on NES as well. Christopher Lloyd.
Oh.
We're trying to think of the game that he is in. Adam
Fester?
No. Yeah, Adam's
Yeah,
family.
his family.
So he'd be in.
So he might have the
Wasn't
most
there
then.
Fester's Quest? Wasn't that?
Adam's Family, Adam's Family,
Pugsley's.
Pugsley Scavenger Hunt, and Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
Damn, yeah.
Christopher Lloyd tied with Arnold Schwarzenegger for most SNES games.
Hell yeah.
Wait, which ones did you? Sorry.
Adam's Family.
All them Adams families.
Adam's Family Values.
That gets them 3 right there.
Pugsley's Quest and Dennis the Menace. He was in Dennis the Menace.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
he's
the-
the villain guy.
Yeah, he's the drifter. Yeah. That dude had range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Played a lot of different kinds of characters. And I mean, they were all kind of eccentric, but I mean, like in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Klingon.
Yeah.
I have to say it every time.
Yeah, I remember you
have
saying
to.
that. I mean, it's.
And like it was like he was the heavy in a Star Trek movie. You know, he was like the big bad guy
Yep.
in Star Trek 3.
Search for Spock.
Every time I think of that movie, I just think of him going, "Get out of there!"
Well, we got anything else, gents?
I mean, we're right at 2 hours. I say we call it.
Okay.
Yep.
Hit it.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, not Stitcher, not SoundCloud, but on Spotify, YouTube, Play, all over the goddamn place. Most importantly, you got that Patreon.
Patreon.com/TADPOG. Go to patreon.com/TADPOG. Just go there right now. See how it makes you feel. I think it's going to make you feel like giving us money. And
I hope so.
we want that,
Jesus Christ,
because
please.
we want
Fuck.
money. We want money.
The reason we had Henry pick out the lights is because we couldn't afford the ones that we wanted. We're just like, well, a kid's not going to pick expensive lights.
I mean, don't you all like it when we...
And he did, and we couldn't eat for a week.
Yeah, thanks, donors.
Don't you all think that like it's nice when you when we're just blunt with y'all, the listeners, and we're just like, look, we just want money.
We're just gonna
We're
give it
not
to you
gonna
straight.
try to fucking sugarcoat it. We like money. We want money.
Right.
So give us money.
That's why we
At
started this
patreon.com/.
podcast. Best way to be a millionaire. Start a podcast.
Start a podcast about
Yeah.
Super Nintendo games.
No one does it.
And see,
Name it something that Google confuses all the time with tadpole. Step number 2.
There aren't enough
that way you get all that
middle-aged white guys on
tadpole
podcasts
traffic.
That's
talking
true.
about shit. There's not.
We occasionally mention tadpoles just to keep that SEO up, so that way we get all that tadpole search money.
All right, crazy idea. What if we started selling tadpoles?
Oh, like sea monkeys?
We could do sea monkeys too. Sea monkeys always fucking, that shit always creep me the fuck out.
They're little brine shrimp.
I know. That to me is less freaky than sea monkeys. And then you see this illustration of this like
Where the
thing you'd
fucking-
see on a medieval map of the world.
And he's got like the, crowns
snorks
on them
in
and shit.
medieval
Yeah.
England.
So anyway, go to patreon.com/tadpog right now. See how it makes you feel. And when you get that good, fuzzy, warm feeling, give us money.
Even if it gives you a cold, empty feeling, still.
Because you
Give
can
us
make
money.
the cold emptiness go away by giving us money out of the warmth and the goodness of your heart.
It really works that way.
It does. It makes us feel good too.
I've never seen a picture of a sea monkey before, apparently. That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Let
They
me see
advertise
the
them
one
in the
you're
back
looking
of
at.
old comics all the
Yeah.
time.
Ooh,
I know, right?
God.
Yeah.
Who wants that in their
I like
house?
this.
Not me.
Nightmare.
Well, you think you do until you get them. I mean, they advertise them and they're like, well, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And then you get them and they're like, what the fuck is this?
See, opposite for me. I'd be like, oh, thank God. It's like 1,000 specs. Oh, that's great, man. I was so worried. I was so worried that
These
fucking
things are
freaky
gonna
looking
take
thing
our
was going to be
house.
like
Take over our house.
hanging out in my room, bumming cigarettes.
Hey, Dave.
God, why did I get you?
How was school today, man?
Fuck off.
Hey, did you bring me that candy bar I asked you for, man? Because I got a Jones real bad over here. For
You
a
smell
candy
like the
bar.
cat pox.
I like a payday. You know, we like a payday. And if you go to tadpog.com or patreon.com/tadpog and give us money, that's our payday. And
Hell yeah.
to do that, if you did that and you did it 20 times more than the minimum required to get access to our bonus content, which is $1, that would make
$1?
$1. That would make you an executive producer,
Hell
and
yeah.
you would be in the elite.
Hell yeah.
Like the following people: Cubicle Monkey, Gamebug Prime, Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, Pinball Airplane, Archmage, Chris Edler. Sorry you couldn't be on this episode. Derek Pope Sandwich, Burger Bottom, Jeff Miners, congratulations on your marriage. Drinksmith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Louisville correspondent, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, Flava Trick, Taryn Dahl, and last but not least, Treff Dietrich. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Yes. Thank you.
I've heard you say the name Treff Dietrich multiple times, many, many times. And it sounds to me like an alien from Star Wars or Star Trek. Like you could be like, oh, that's a Bolian smuggler, Treff Dietrich. And you'd be like, yeah.
Or like one of the canteen players is sick, and they're like, call Treff Dietrich. He can play Space Bassoon.
Space bassoon. In space, we just call it a bassoon.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Come on, let's hear that sweet, sweet jizz. Come on, that's what they call it. You see?
Yeah, they did. Treff Dietrich is a strong name.
It is.
It is.
Like,
It's a good name.
It's got a
Rolls
lot.
right off the
It
tongue.
makes
got a
me
lot of character.
It's too good that it makes me wonder if it's a real name. You know what I mean?
Treff, if you're listening, which you probably are since you're an executive producer, we have questions.
It's a good name.
We're not making fun of your name. We're
we're not.
admiring your name.
It is great.
But if you were to pick an alien race from, Star Wars or Star Trek, what would it be? I want to know.
Yeah. So call us.
270.
270-883. 2555.
Crash. Sorry. 270-883-2555.
That's what I said. I said
I know, but
883-2555.
but I felt like we collided there.
We did. We
Yeah,
really
yeah.
did.
And because I think we threw each other off. I'm just used to
saying the number. I never say it. That's why I can't ever remember it. I said it once on the recording for the closer. That way I didn't have to say it again.
Yeah. Here we are.
Here we go. Yeah, but that's okay. Treff, give us a call. We want to hear your voice too. Why don't you and
yeah.
Brad call us at the same time?
Xenologue.
Oh, a party line?
Party line.
Okay.
We still have those, right?
Yeah.
Call them conference calls these days.
Yeah. Call us if you want a tadpole or a couple thousand. I bought too many. I already ordered them.
Sea monkeys?
Oh, the sea monkeys.
Or tadpoles?
Tadpoles. I told you, the sea monkeys.
What are you going
just
to do with frogs?
Well,
once they turn into frogs.
See, we sell the tadpoles, so the frogs are not our problem.
I see.
We pass the problem on to the customer.
The joy. You mean joy?
Yeah. One of them might
Tadpole
sing.
ownership. Yeah. For you only.
Yeah, your chances go up if you live in Michigan.
That's it. That's a business. That's old business.
I have another person. I bet this one odd person might have the most SNES games. I'm trying to find a fifth one, and I bet there's a fifth one. Yeardley Smith.
No.
I've got
Who is
4 so far. I
Bart.
bet there's a 5th
That's-
one.
Or
the voice
Lisa.
of Lisa. Is there a Herman's Head game?
Fucking
I
wish.
play the fuck out of that. Indie developers out there listening, make a 16-bit style Herman's Head game. Tyler and I might be the only ones to buy it, so you're gonna have
But
to
we
make
would.
it like $50,000. But we got a healthy Patreon,
You've got a built-in 2, just like our T-shirts. You got a built-in 2 purchases.
right? It could be like a dating sim. I mean, there's so much. There's so much. Where you're like Herman's trying to date, and like Herman's just trying to do shit, and then people play it and be like, "This is just Inside Out," and it's like, "Hey, fucking wait a minute,
It's R-rated Inside Out.
you hold up."
It's way before. Inside Out is Herman's Head.
Inside Out's
Animated.
colors. This is fucking Lisa Simpson.
Hey, you guys want to close it out?
Was there a Legend of Billie Jean video game? Because Yeardley Smith was in
I
that.
was looking through her
Maximum
IMDb.
Overdrive. She was in Maximum Overdrive. Did they make a Maximum Overdrive game?
I don't know.
Super Nintendo?
I'll have to go through her filmography and see.
What do you need?
John, you're picking things off the equipment. Did I spit on it?
There was a cobweb.
Spider web.
It was really bothering me because the green light
Yeah,
was picking it up from my vantage point. Maybe you guys couldn't really see it.
I could
but
see it when you
it
pointed
was,
it out.
Yeah, it was that really bothered me.
Arachnophobia. Look, yeah,
Yeah. I don't like
the horror
Oh,
lighting.
Yeardley Smith is in toys.
Hey,
Boom, there's
I
5.
forgot she's in toys.
Yep.
Too.
So right before she did Herman's Head, she was in We're Back, A Dinosaur Story.
Yep, that's
So
awful.
the most SNES games
awful.
goes to Yeardley Smith.
Christopher Lloyd's also in We're Back, isn't he?
I have to look again because I saw John Goodman was. So John Goodman's got 2.
Right. Who? Wait, what's the other John Goodman one?
Flintstones.
Oh, right. Yeah. There's
We're-
2
we're at-
Flintstones. I don't know.
I
if
think
it's,
one is the cartoon, the other is the movie that
Okay.
looks
There
just
weren't-
like him.
There weren't 2 movie ones.
There could be. I have
Not
to
if
look.
there wasn't a Viva Rock Vegas.
Man, the look on your face when you said that was fucking priceless.
It sucked.
I didn't see that one.
I hated that one. Tanya and Gage watched it all the time, but I didn't like that one. I liked the first one fine, but Viva Rock Vegas was dumb. It was dumb, and they didn't even use Rick Moranis. They used fucking.
Boo.
They used fucking
Who'd they
like
replace
the
him with?
Billy Pete, one of the Baldwins, one
Oh,
of the
fuck
young
that.
Baldwin.
Fuck that.
There, oh God, there is this show. Did I talk about this last season? Where there was a show called Special Forces, and these people, these celebrities
That's
go
a
and
Fox.
it's
show,
on Fox.
right?
These celebrities go and like go through this like fucking SAS Special Forces training,
Yeah.
and do all these extreme things, and they get treated like shit, boot camp style or whatever. And one of them was that Baldwin that played Barney.
Is it Stephen
badly.
Baldwin?
Stephen Baldwin. He washed out in episode 1 because he was like trying to get the doctor, the medical officer on the base to like
Fucking.
clear him to leave on medical problems because he's like, listen, man, I got a gig after this.
I'm
and
a Baldwin.
I can't. He's like, I can't get hurt. You get what I'm saying? I can't get hurt. And the dude's like, what the fuck are you asking
Dude's like,
me
you
to
signed
do?"
up for this. We're paying you. Get
He's
the
like-
fuck back in
And
there.
at any point,
Yeah, but you pay me the same amount whether or not I'm out on day 1.
at any point they wear these patches with numbers on them, and if they take the armband off, they can leave. Just take it off and leave. It's that easy. There's no.
That was a
he's-
money thing. It had to have been a money
he's
thing.
trying to,
Had to,
yeah,
yeah.
he's trying to get this doctor to let him off, and the doctor's like, these are real military people too. This is a real military doctor for the special forces, and he's like, what are you asking me to do? If you want to leave, just leave. And he kept like dropping hints, like trying to get him. It's like, man,
There was some stipulation in that
He was-
contract.
Yeah, had to have been.
but somehow his performance in Viva Rock Vegas as Barney was worse than the experience he had in the Special Forces training, if that tells you anything about Viva Rock Vegas, starring Not even John Goodman was in it. It was a different Fred. I don't even know who the fucking guy was that played Fred in
that's
that
trash.
one.
You can't.
None of them were the same. It was awful.
Jim Belushi is.
I wish
Fred
it had
Flintstone.
been. I wish it had been Jim Belushi. I'd have been fine with that. Not whoever the fuck it was. I don't know. Anyway,
Louis
sorry.
Anderson.
Oh,
Yes.
it was Robert Baratheon.
Oh.
That dude is Robert
You're
Baratheon.
fucking kidding me.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god! Well, he's great at Robert Baratheon.
Yep.
Not so much at Fred Flintstone,
Yeah.
but hey,
Mark
whatever.
Addy. Yep.
Oh man, I didn't know that. That is rabbit hole.
All right.
Just watched him die on Game of Thrones last night.
When Barney put on the moose helmet from their cult that they were in and rammed him in the stomach.
Because Wimma got him drunk, so he'd have a hunting accident.
It was a boar, starring Stephen Baldwin as the boar.
It was a bore. You're right.
I wouldn't have said anything if I hadn't literally just watched that episode last night. Okay, sorry. I just keep going.
Hey, you guys
back
wanna close it
to
out?
The mic.
That's Fred Flintstone.
All right.
Famous Looney Tune character. Fred Flintstone.
So until next time.
Strike. You remember?
Uh-huh.
It's a toes.
That's
in
the move.
bowling.
Dino's a dog.
Yes, he is. Dino is a fucking dog in dinosaur form. TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Now you're not muted.
I understand.
I work a soundboard every week. Can you tell?
All up on your face. I'm good. Good. I need to get it out of my fucking eyes.
I need a different lamp. I've got a lamp at home I keep meaning to bring.
You don't like my busted?
No, it sucks. The worst. Here, let's put it over by your fucking face and see how you feel about it.
Yeah. What about now? What about now, Tyler?
What is there like a?
lamp?
Be funny. Be funny. Shut in your eyes. Be funny.
It's like a 400-watt fucking bulb.
Glad we got the stinger out of the way early.
Believe it!